not my fault I had the wrong time, okay?
Oh no, I'm naked.
What?
Oh
I'm
no,
naked.
I'm naked.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
I'm naked. Don't you guys see? I'm naked. Look, ready? Now I'm dressed.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. Much better.
Welcome, party people, to tonight's episode of A Sinner's Dream, a noir story told by me and these guys. Tonight's episode is brought to you by a few people. First and foremost, we have Foundry VTT, the best VTT out there. Fully customizable from all of the community-sourced mods. Has a laundry list of RPGs that you can actually play in Foundry. I didn't realize how long the list was until the other day whenever I was just bored scrolling through it. It has stuff like Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It has stuff like Lancer. I mean, it even has like 3 different versions of Vampire the Masquerade, like Vampire, and available. It's bewildering how long the list is, and it's always being updated. Fantastic setup for any game that you could possibly want. Anybody can connect to it. You only need 1 license for it. The DM has to buy it usually, unless the party wants to be nice and chip in for the $40.
We didn't want to be nice.
Yeah, no, you're never nice to me. But it wouldn't be as easy for us to do here without the help of forge-vtt.com, our hosting service, because Foundry is a self-hosted service. Thus, I don't want, random people coming in and finding my numbers and stuff, my MAC address, whatnot. And so nobody can get in my computer because I'm using forge-vtt, the best hosting service out there. Has over 200 nodes across the world, makes our other more international games seamless, makes it available for anybody to connect to the server. You don't have to have your server up and running and available for somebody else to connect to. All you have to do is plug into Forge, and you can access your own character sheet, kind of like you would some of the other VTTs that aren't as good. They have subscription services for storage. I know that JD and I use the world builder tier. Words are hard, which is only like $12, but I know neither one of us has ever touched the storage available there. We upload assets all the time, and I have 1 million games in my Foundry setup. Haven't even touched the storage, but it's fantastic. Go check them out. The music tonight is brought to you by a lot of people. If you really want to hear about it, meet me in Discord, in our Discord channels, and ask me, hey, who do you use? And I'll show you my playlists that I have 1 million of, because I'm really disorganized when it comes to music. JD, let's go to you.
Go to me?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I mean,
well,
I dared.
Since I'm here, Chuck.
Thanks.
You may notice that at the bottom of your screen, there is an odd little blue shape and pointy ears sticking out of it. Those are elf eggs. They accumulate, they take up space in your dining room, and honestly, just start to stink after a short amount of time. So, you need to get rid of those elf eggs. Trust me. Don't feed them after midnight, spend them here. For 300, we are giving away this evening a Steam game. You will see in those buttons down below a Steam game bribe. This is how we earn your love. Right? Just like your parents after the divorce, we're going to give you free things for all of your attention. Right? One of those things is this week, Airport Madness. Have you ever wanted to be a traffic controller? Me neither. But solidify that by playing Airport Madness World Edition. I don't know. We buy these things at random, folks. It's really like, you like the lottery? Maybe I shouldn't even tell them what the game is tonight.
You know what? Maybe that's how that should work from now on. It's just
well, it might be Airport Madness. Who knows? 300 elf eggs. You can find out. Now,
I am
of course,
never going to tell you about my obscene amount of hours in Farming Simulator.
Oh, don't even get me started on Goat Simulator.
Well, these losers aside, if you guys have a life and can't play video games all day, and or just like, I don't want free things, then, well, you're not going to want the second one either. But yeah, anyways, just follow me here. For 2,000 elf eggs, which is honestly just about a full stream, realistically, if you're not stingy, you could probably do the full 2,300 if you click it. Every once in a while, it yells at you, click it, you get extra bonus elf eggs. I'm telling you, these things really start to smell after a while. But for 2,000, you get an entry into our dice giveaway. This month's dice are Dice Envy's Bifrost set. If you haven't checked them out, we've got the handy dandy commands in there. You can go ahead. Oh, look at that, Stream Elements. Thank you. RG is streaming my little Vanna White, showing off. You can see some Dice Envy dice up there. Thank you, courtesy of Harold. Nice ad spot. I'm not paying you for that. But folks, everybody loves dice, especially free dice. So spend the elf eggs, potentially win some free dice. Or if you're impatient, you freaking Gen Zers, and you need that instant gratification, head over to diceenvy.com and use promo code NEG2 to save 20% off, 10% off, whatever. You can't do math anyways. Let's not kid ourselves.
You're not paying me for that? Dang.
Now I'm charging you. Back to you, Chuck.
Well, thank you. Oh, great, glorious leader and owner of the channel for all of that boomer knowledge, buddy. It's great. It's fantastic. I'm not Gen Z, but I feel bad for our Gen Z audience that may or may not exist.
Let's not kid ourselves. They're all playing Fortnite.
You know, that's fair. Anyway, I need a radio recap, if you don't mind.
They're watching my buddy Ethan play Warzone.
Work
Actually,
for me, sure, Chuck.
Mr. McDonald, do you ever do the dishes for your wife?
They're crispy, they're crunchy the whole year through. Jack Hampton never tires them, and neither will you. So just buy.
Appears in the New York Daily Mirror and other newspapers from New York to Honolulu. He's here with flash news, odd news, exclusive news.
It's a dreary day in Kasmar. Our two horned fellows went to meet Weatherford. Who wasn't Weatherford but the artist? Who wasn't Woodward but also his husband? It was a very confusing time. Afterward, things got more confusing as they went to a bar full of doppelgangers. Maybe things will be easier to understand this week on A Sinner's Dream.
We're back.
You know, I
That was
wonder,
actually a pretty good recap, I gotta say.
I often wonder if that radio host ever gets paid for his terrible, terrible recaps.
Oh, we all know that it's just some dude with a
I often wonder.
stalker problem.
He's watching
what,
me
that's
in the
fair.
bathroom.
There was actual information on that one. It was a good one. You're right, Adelaide.
It was not bad.
Do you have more details? You want to give us more information on last
I
week?
feel like we kind of covered it all. The mystery man that was disguised as Weatherford. His name is Norm or Renee. We're not quite sure which. But he wants to keep in contact, and hopefully we'll meet up with him again. And the doppelgangers all know of Alhora's existence. Like when we said her name, they all turned and were like, "You."
Worst kept secret in Kasmar, by the way.
You know.
Turns out.
Yeah. So that's about it. Yeah. Read a recap. Not bad this time. It's never been bad, but it actually gives information this time. There we go.
It's always helpful whenever the radio is helpful. You know, it's good. It's a good bit. All right, cool. Well, we've talked a little bit, some of us have anyway, about what this week looks like. I mentioned to you all that we're going to have a bit of a downtime week. You guys have some time to do whatever it is that you want to do, hunt down whatever leads it is you want to hunt down, gather some information on some people or not, go on dates with your stabby, punchy, abusive friends and girlfriends. So,
Ex-girlfriend.
I suppose. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go about their downtime first? I'll leave it up to you all. I see one nose touched. Justin doesn't. There it is. All right, Pip, JD, it's one of you two.
I don't mind going first. Mine's super boring.
Yeah, I also do not mind as well. But Pip.
Well,
Pip,
now
yeah,
it's
go for it.
your choice. Okay.
I don't want to do this Canadian standoff thing, so why don't you just go ahead?
So Pip is going to spend. How much downtime do we have? How many weeks?
I'll give you 2 to start out.
2. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take Pip is tired of having normal daggers, so I'm going to go over to the bronze borders, over in the place, and give them the Arwintinian granite and try to work with them to make myself some new daggers.
Right.
Hopefully, maybe they're a little bit special, maybe not. Who knows? But they'll be unique, that's for sure. So kind of get an idea for that, how long that'll take, how involved I need to be in that, how much it's going to cost, etc.
Okay.
Other than that, Pip is also going to spend probably the remainder of his downtime making more potions, because those kind of came in clutch a couple times. So
You're not entirely wrong. Okay. Well then, if that's the case, Arwintinian granite. It's already been overheated. It's just chunks at this point. Grinding it down is going to be somewhat difficult, though they may be able to get some semblance.
Yeah, and if they can't do both and can only do one, if that shortens down the time too, that's okay, because I do want to have time to craft the potions.
Well, you can make. Let's go to Zanies real quick. See how long it takes to make potions, because I can never remember.
Oh, I have that pulled up if you'd like. Through Xanathar's guide, 1 day to craft the normal potions. 1 day to craft, and 25 gold.
Okay. I know that you
are 1 week.
I know that you can get proficiency in it, so
yeah,
they will not charge you anything, since you are providing the material.
Right,
but they will say that because of some of the other projects that they're working on, Will is going to say that it's probably going to take at least a week and a half to get it done on one of them.
Sure, we can do that.
Not sure about the product specialty stuff that you're looking for, like the
who knows what it's actually going to do, but yeah.
Right. But they have to get them, and they have to get like the machine to actually grind it down, because they don't have a proper machine to grind Arwintinian granite. They have to make sure that they have all the other tools in place to actually polish them up and make them look nice. Fitting them to a handle or it's all going to take a bunch of time.
Sure. The other thing we can do is, if that one is going to take a while, the other thing Pip would like to do is somehow to enchant his blowgun.
Okay.
Which is the other thing he wants to check out how to do. That one may or may not be faster, because you just need the magic person. But again,
well, you don't have to. If you want to be there to help with the dagger, it'll go a little bit faster.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't know. Dagger or blowgun, peeps?
Ooh, blowgun is very Pip style for me.
All right, blowgun it is. We're gonna focus on that one.
Okay.
Nobody ever uses a blowgun in D&D anyway. So.
Yeah, no one would make that poor decision. Not when there's guns in the setting.
True.
I mean, it has the word gun in it, so...
Hey, you're right. So we'll focus on the blowgun first, and then I'll just give them the Arwintinian granite. They can take how long they take.
Okay. Who are you going to go to enchant it, and what kind of enchantment are you looking for?
I don't know about what kind of enchantment. If we want, we can do a basic enchantment, like +1 or whatever. Unless you have some kind of additional thing you think would be cool, but not in particular. And I don't think Pip would know enough to be particular. He's just like, I'm tired of these not being as effective as they could be.
Okay.
And as far as who to go to, I would start with the bronze borders, because I don't know exactly what they can do. And then if they had a recommendation on who to go look with.
So the bronze borders are more the BB department are more of a mechanical, physical kind of thing. Though they can do like their enchantments are more transmutational, and that's specifically because of the fact that they are reworking physical aspects of reality on various different objects. So that said, they do say that you could probably go up to, you might be able to find an enchanter in the runic halls down the way, but otherwise you may need to go up to the shopping district and find someone, maybe find someone at the mage college. Might be able to get an undergrad kid, take care of it.
Okay. Cool. Then yeah, we'll go up to the real world and go to one of the magic shop you just said.
Okay. Make a perception or investigation check. Your choice. Wait, you already know about the Tome of Annihilation.
Yeah.
Sure. Are you going to go to them, or are you going to look for like a specialty enchanter?
We'll start at him, because he, it'd be good to break. He was really like talking down to us the first time.
That's
so
true.
This way, he's like, there's like, yeah, see, I got money. I didn't before, but I do now.
All right. Okay, so let's role play that one out a little bit. So, after about a day or two of talking to the BB department, you make your way into kind of that cleaner portion of town, the shopping district, that Feywild-esque area, full of trees, parks, amongst a myriad of specialty shops. People are walking up and down the streets in the multicolored lights, finding different places to pull out, wands to take quick pictures of themselves out in the street. You can see a couple occasionally stop and, calling someone, various different people coming out of the suit shops before you find your way to the Tome of Annihilation. As you enter into it, it gets much more quiet. Let's see. So, walking into this white space again, there's this slight underglow against the white marble floor that has a bit of a cold feel to it. A bunch of white bars go across that now to be some semblance of shelves, with another set of light over the top of that, with some shelving on top, completely bare, and a single marble pillar sits in the middle with a massive tome currently closed atop it, and the shop is empty.
Hello. Do they have a little bell? Ding ding.
No.
Ding ding.
There's no ding ding bell.
Is the book he was looking through there?
Mm-hmm. Sitting on the counter.
I will just open the book.
All right. Looking at the book, what languages do you know?
Common and Grun.
Okay.
I mean, thieves can't, but probably not. Thieves can't.
All gibberish from the top down.
I'll just start looking.
As you're looking through it, you can
maybe
read?
they got pictures.
Yeah, no, there are actually. I was about to say that is that there are pictures on like the left side. Every page that you flip over, there's a nice, beautiful, like artist rendition of a variety of different things that you've seen around town in certain people's hands. You see like beautiful wands that people have used. You can see cloaks. You start pushing through a little bit further, you find rings that you didn't realize were magical at all, but look rather plain. As you can see, rings of protection going through. Some of the different titles are in common, but some of them are in, again, gibberish. And make an investigation check.
Let's see. Oh no, surprisingly good. 15.
The 15, as you're kind of like digging through it, you get almost enraptured by it for a moment as you're starting to flip the pages before you hear a soft from behind you.
Hello.
And you can see
browsing the catalog.
You can see that elderly gnome that doesn't seem to have come from anywhere. There's no doors closing. It's just a flat wall behind him. In his brilliant white robes, his small wisps of white hair currently just kind of like curling over the top of his head.
Yes, I see that. Perhaps you shouldn't.
Oh, I tried saying hello and getting your attention. You should probably get one of those bells, Okay.
Noted.
But, I figured you might be at lunch, so I just started.
Please step down.
Do you do any enchanting?
We can talk about it once you step down, son.
Oh yeah, I was talking as I followed instructions.
Okay, I can't see your brain. As you start stepping down, he very quickly finds his way up and kind of closes the book back. Just says,
"Well, it depends on the kind of enchantment you're looking for."
So I have this, and I pull out the blowgun. And it's been with me for a long time, so I really like it. And I've noticed that it is less effective against magical creatures. We fought a fire elemental, didn't do anything, which is understandable. It's fire. But I would like it to be more effective. So I'm open to suggestions on what you think of, but if you could enhance it in some way, that would be ideal.
Well, I'll be completely honest. It sounds like you're wanting a water gun.
Oh, what?
Like you said, you're fighting fire elementals. Would you not?
No, I've fought one fire elemental.
Ah.
Yeah, I kind of want a general enhancement for this to be a better weapon overall.
That seems fairly simple.
Oh, sweet. That's great news.
I could do it in a few hours if you give me 250 gold.
Sure.
Now.
Okay. Sure. What are you thinking of doing with it?
Simple accuracy enhancements.
Okay, and that'll improve the just overall okay, cool.
How much do you know about the weave?
I want to say a lot so you don't scam me. But not none.
I appreciate the honesty. So,
let's pretend I said a lot, but you're just schooling me anyway.
Well, see, moving the weave in Kasmar has gotten intensely more difficult over the years. Even the colleges are having a harder time teaching the newer and newer runes that we all have to use for such enchantments. It's constantly flowing. The fluctuation of the runes must be perfect. You understand?
Yeah, I do definitely understand.
So make it focus on a single point as small as that barrel is going to need a very precise hand. Yes?
Excellent.
I trust that you have that very precise hand.
Okay. And he just picks it up and it disappears into his robe.
Sweet. Okay.
250 gold notes.
Sure. Here you go. Boop.
He just kind of pulls those notes over back to him before they just kind of disappear behind the counter.
Was I supposed to haggle? I kind of wanted you to treat me right, so I just kind of didn't haggle.
Oh, it'll be done in a few hours.
I also have a muffin, if you would like.
No, I remember the last time.
This one's a better muffin.
I
Fresher.
will not believe you.
Fresher.
You can, unless you have other business here.
No, I think I'm pretty good.
Are you going to come and pick it up tonight, or are you going to be picking it up tomorrow?
I can give you the evening with it. I'll pick it up in the morning.
Very well.
You want a coffee?
No, thank you though.
Okay, water it is. And just start trotting out.
DM, by the way, have we been paid again?
No.
Oh, great. Wunderbar.
Also, how much did we get paid? Because I did not track any of that.
You should have approximately I'll give you 475.
You should have no concept of monetary
I'm
values of
rich.
things, yeah. How much does a gallon of milk cost in Kasmar?
How much a gallon of milk costs?
What could it
I'm
be?
Specifically, I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
How expensive could it be? 20 notes?
Joke's on you to think that the Bennett family buys milk.
Oh yes, this is
Actually, her dad's human,
how-
so there's probably
How
a
could
little
I
milk.
forget?
Yeah, they didn't buy milk. They bought the dairy farm, so they got free milk. It's an investment.
They bought the farmer.
Okay, Pip. So as you exit, and where are you gonna go?
After that, I'm going to go, and we're just going to start working on the potions.
Make a perception check as you leave.
Ooh. Surely he's not interested in just stealing a poor fraud. Oh, yeah, that's great. That's good shit. 22. Almost as high as I could have rolled for that.
A few blocks going back towards the train, you realize you're being tailed. And as you glance back, tail, white snout.
Immediately full sprint. Like it is like da 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 da. Turn into an alley that's like, as soon as the sign says bakery, it's like turn into the alley super casual and then fucking full speed.
As you turn into Okay. Let's see, because you're gonna be jumping too, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean we're going multi-level. Like Pip is hard to catch, man. We're going up fire escapes super fast. I mean, it is.
As you turn the corner, you hear just a myriad of cursing and a small squabble before you hear echoing down the alleyway.
Wait, we just wanted to talk.
Cool. As soon as I'm like 3 stories up and they're on the ground, I'll start talking.
Okay.
You can talk from down there.
There's only one kobold currently in the hat. The trench coat is gone, but he's got spats on his feet. You recognize him as Spats.
Nice.
And he just looks up and goes,
Look, there's been a bit of a misunderstanding.
Okay.
She just wants to have tea.
You do understand how even tea is super dangerous for me.
No, actually I don't.
Can we do it do I have to can we meet in the middle of the city?
No.
At a cafe?
She refuses to leave the mountain. You know how this goes.
What about? What assurance do I have that I leave tea time alive?
I suppose that's a good point. Can't really assure anything.
It really is a good point, isn't it?
But I will say she's been having tea with a lot of people lately that have walked away. So
Can I bring someone?
Of
Companions?
course. I mean, yeah. It's not like we're gonna be, hey, Buck, we're just gonna fucking murder you as soon as we're gonna murder you and your friends as soon as they get out of the alleyway. No, we're not those kinds of fucking people. Come on, bud.
Sure. Fine. When does she want tea?
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Cool. I'll be in the shopping district in the morning.
He just kind of nods, looks over at the other two and starts barking in Draconic as the other two kobolds are now walking over. You watch this trench coat just come waddling over without a head before he just climbs his way up the back of the trench coat, sets his way in, pushes his arms out.
We'll see you in the morning, Pip.
And pulls the trilby down. They just waddle away.
Yeah. Do we all have a local meeting place where we just hang out? Do we still go to the office for work?
We go to the bar next door.
Excellent. Yeah. I'll meet up for our, evening haunt as usual. Share news, etc. And I'll just meet with everybody. Like, so, I've been avoiding this conversation.
Before we get to that conversation,
Sure. There you go.
Let's do another downtime.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go because I got it all planned out, and I have to go before Willem anyway.
Okay.
I have something that I have to send to him that he can read when he gets to his own.
That's
Mac, by the way, I mean, have you ever seen these kobolds? Who are they kidding with the trench coats thing? Like, we all know, right?
They're so cute.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, at first, like the very first time I saw one, it kind of looked weird because it was like kind of moving in the middle, and I thought that like guy just had a bad back.
That's what I'm saying.
But then it was like
no one is fooled by this.
No. Yeah, I don't know. But they're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see y'all later. I got shit to do.
So Veda, after returning home, I think that night after her little squabble with Willem, she is rummaging through her bookcase and pulls out a book after searching for a while, and scribbles a note, and she is sending it off with her doorman. I'm assuming they probably have a doorman.
Probably.
To go send it to Harold's new place. Okay. It's addressed to Willem. But Veda is on a mission to also potentially get something enchanted.
Okay.
Out of character, specifically, I'm looking for a what is it freaking called? A weapon of warning.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. All right, make a How likely do you think it is that Veda knows any of the shops that are worth going to for weapons?
No.
Okay. Then make an investigation check.
Okay. 13.
You could use your I know a guy.
You could.
That's true.
Like a patient you treated that's like a criminal.
Also just know Pip.
Yeah. I do know Pip. Yeah, I think actually
you also just
Veda would send a call to Pip and hello, it's Veda Bennett. Well, I was wondering if you could just not tell anyone, but I'm looking for, do you happen to know if you have any friends of yours that have magical weapons? Or do you know someone that has magic? You do know what magic is, right?
1, rude. 2, yeah, I just talked to a guy. He had weapons. He had like a book and stuff. He has weapons in the book. It's called Tome of Annihilation.
That doesn't sound very pleasant.
Shopping district.
A Tomb of Annihilation.
Tome, like a book.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. He's not nice, but you come for money, so he'll be nicer to you.
Oh, was he not very nice to you?
Fair enough. Now that I have money, had money.
I could write a letter to the Better Business Bureau.
You do not. No, that's unnecessary.
No. Oh,
do you need directions?
Yes, that would be nice.
Excellent. Pip will recount directions, and he will avoid the fastest route through the alleyways and stick her to the main streets.
Okay. All right. So from where you live, it'll probably take a good 2 hours to get there, even taking train.
Mm-hmm.
So as you make your way towards the shopping district, again, clean. You've been here a few times. Don't do it a whole lot because you don't, get drug around by someone's sister every day. But you do find, sure enough, straight across from purse of Todd is Tome of Annihilation.
All right. Yeah, she'll kind of muster herself up a little bit and stroll on in.
Again, you get that white interior that's very clean. That older gnome standing on the just stool, looking down at this massive book that's like double his size. And as you come in, you can see him currently reading something, and you can see a familiar blowgun currently just spinning over the top of the book.
Oh, that must be my friends. I just had a friend come in here today. Frog-looking thing. Seems a bit. Can't touch him or he'll die.
Hello.
Oh, yes. I'm Miss Bennett, Veda Bennett. I was wondering if you could help me as well with I don't really know how it works.
What did that young grunk get you into? You look too kind.
Thank you. No, well, it's quite dangerous for a lady to be outdoors in these times. And she kind of rummages through her little side fanny pack and pulls out a dagger and say, "What I had heard in a book that you could make this essentially kind of warn you if there was trouble nearby."
Give me just a moment, my dear.
And he starts like flipping through the book, and as he does, they begin the pages begin moving without him even touching the book. Let's see, shall we? Open a warning is only a uncommon, correct?
I don't know.
Correct. I have it pulled up.
Oh, dope. Cool.
So,
That's a relief. Okay.
Yep. Uncommon requires attunement.
but it is a major tier, so it's going to be one of those things that's still going to be costly.
Mhm.
He looks at your dagger after he gets to a certain page, and he just kind of wraps his fingers on it, and you can see like something pull that blowgun out behind him as it continues to spin. You can see arcane runes kind of like doing their best to attach themselves to the barrel. And he just kind of wraps his fingers a few times on that page, and
I believe I have exactly what you're looking for.
And he steps down with a quick pat, 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 and goes over to one of the white shelves, and he pushes against like a small portion of it, and you can see white light just kind of glow in a bit of an outline as it opens up with a soft shh. And there are multiple different styles of daggers on display as as this drawer comes out. That it is about 4 foot long. Shouldn't be held up like this. It's unnerving to look at, honestly.
It says, take your pick, dear.
Well, I actually don't really use it often. The plain one there will do. She just points to one with like a standard wooden handle, probably.
I see.
And he picks it up, taps the edge of the drawer as it slowly moves its way back in, and he marches his way back up to the top of that counter, sets it down on the book.
We'll call it 300 gold notes.
What I did. Why don't we say this? Pip brought me in as a customer. Why don't you take a bit off Pip's as a bit of a finder's fee?
He looks at the blowgun.
He's already paid for it.
Well, maybe you can reimburse me 50 and I'll return it to Pip.
Make a persuasion check.
This is not my. I'm not persuasive at all. Let's see. 14.
Not terrible. Okay. As he looks at you,
Deal. 250. Make sure that you give that 50 to the other.
he hands you the small dagger.
I'm very honest, and she will hand over the money.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that was the two major things.
Okay. Cool. Easy enough. Trevor.
Yep. Right.
What you
well,
want to do, bud?
When we left off, I was leaving in the truck to take it to the the trench coat group to drop it off and have it worked on.
Right.
So,
all right. So as the engine roars, the smoke kind of dissipates behind it. You drive it a few blocks down before you find one of the entry points to the Shaded Lilies. And as it goes down at an angle, there's a bit of an awkward moment where it gets really dark and you feel like you're not actually driving, but you can still smell the oil burning and the kind of like that little bit kind of the smell of the exhaust in the
ain't that bad, damn it.
I'm kidding. As you make it down, eventually light breaks as you drive out onto a platform, and immediately it begins to raise up, like there's a lift waiting for it as it raises up with you in it.
That's uncomfortable.
You look down and you can see that Fire Genasi in her overalls look up with her kind of like flat top haircut. She looks up and just goes, "Well, what are we doing, Tit?"
Well, you said that you wanted to see the truck and maybe help it out, way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Getting it to start reliably would be a good spot to start.
Oh boy. And she whistles real shrilly for a moment. You can see a couple of other people come marching over. You can see a variety of different Earth Genasi. Surprisingly enough, most of the people here are Genasi of some sort. You watch as an air Genasi kind of floats up and starts writing things out on just like a pad of paper, and just starts rattling stuff off. But we're going to be changing the catalytic converter. We're going to be changing, definitely your timing belt is going to need to be reworked. We're going to change the oil, change the transmission fluid. We're going to have to work on your actual stick shift itself. It looks like you have a couple of teeth torn off on inside inside your transmission. You're going to have to... She looks over. She's listening to somebody else speak in a language you don't understand. Apparently, your flywheel is also off just a hair up front.
Right. So, keep it as long as you want. Use it as a project car, truck thing, and I'll take a cab and trains for a good long time.
She looks at the sheet. We can get it done in 3 days.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of us.
Valid. I mean, it's not pressing. If you got other stuff to do, then
no, you're pressing. You are pressing.
I am.
Your group is pressing, yes.
Oh. Okay. In a good way or a bad way, have you heard?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, no, I get that. Cool. Well, thank you kindly. I'm going to go get a drink at the bar, and I guess you can call me when it's done.
And she puts away that pad of paper, and she goes down and lowers it down on top of a rack. As you can see, people already kind of and start pulling bolts and whatnot from the interior underneath into a pit.
I didn't ask how many merits it's going to be.
You sure didn't.
Well, I'm going to be in debt for a while.
Life.
Yeah.
You don't get another thing from Maris.
Ever.
Visit from Repo Reapers.
Right? No, I get a cigarette case and a hair tie. That's it. Done. Everything else get fucked. Wow.
What else would you like to do?
Well, I remember keenly that Mabel was saying that she had some work to do.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the other reason why I came in is to see what work she was doing. because I'm a slightly jealous and very large part of this narcissistic abusive relationship.
Okay.
We're both the same people in like two different bodies. It's fucked up and
bewildering to say the least.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
So,
I'm gonna leave. First, I'm gonna check in on the paperwork room and see how what's his name's doing.
Lynn?
Yeah, Lynn. That's right.
So as you exit out through one of the tunnels out into this large domed space, that crystal overhead illuminating the majority of the network of desks. It looks like the paperwork towers have been completed. As you pass by, as Lynn is no longer there, and everything is moving smoothly on the interior. And as you make kind of pass by Harris's area, you notice that he's not there. Before you make your way down to the dome at the center with that telescope pressed up against the stone. It is not opaque, and you can see Mabel in there currently, like looking through a microscope at a piece of crystal.
Is Emma there?
Yeah, Emma's at her desk.
Okay. I walk up to her and, hey there, Emma. Things looking mighty pink and well refined today.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you noticed. And she kind of like straightens her ponytail out over her shoulder.
If I had a couple, again, I'm still kind of new here, and I know the team's been, not to put it too blunt, fucking up a bit. Is there someone I can check in with to see how we're doing and what side of the cold shoulder we're on?
Well, I suppose that depends on the shoulder you're speaking on.
Just in general, or basically how we're getting along in here. I know we're kind of unorthodox, shall we say.
She opens up one of the drawers of her desk, pulls out a pink clipboard, and starts flipping through a couple of different pages. You can see the top one is currently blank, and she just starts. Well, looks like there's a couple of complaints that you guys have had. More than a couple, my bad.
Like 2 or 3 pages, eh? Okay.
Each. Yes.
Each? Did you say each?
I started a sentence and took it back.
Oh, my.
Apologize.
Okay. It's a bit much, yeah.
There have been accolades that have been posted as well. So, not terrible. I think you're doing just fine for new people.
We're about 50%, you'd say. All right, well, that ain't bad.
I didn't say that, but words.
I'll take it.
Her name's not Accolade, it's Adelaide, okay?
Right. Well, guess that's it. Getting the truck work done. Oh, shit, I didn't ask how much it would be. Oh, well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, well, let's see. Mabel's busy. I don't see Bruce anywhere. Brythos can go fuck a dog, and, yeah.
Now that's just rude.
I know.
You do realize that we have members here. You actually worked with one for a short while. That would be considered of that particular race.
Yeah, I get it, but
I'm just saying you need to be more careful about those kinds of things.
Yeah, no, we don't really
especially in front of me.
Valid. Yeah, I do apologize. You are a lady.
I am on the clock.
Yeah, very good point.
She is HR.
This is how you get sensitivity training. Do you want sensitivity training?
You're about to get it.
No. Thank you for your time. I'm going to go to the speakeasy and get a drink and go on with my evening.
You have a good day, Mac.
You as well, man. Yeah.
Next week on A Sinner's Dream, watch Mac go through sensitivity training.
Right? Yeah, just go into the speakeasy and make myself a single glass of whiskey. See if they've restocked everything, which I'm assuming they have.
It's restocked completely.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just have a single glass of whiskey and just sit there and relax a while, and then after about an hour, just
Entering into the speakeasy is a familiar face.
Uh-oh.
Currently sitting there with a full bottle of gin next to him and an empty one on the coffee table as he sits in one of the nice chairs. Lynn, his hair is slicked back. He looks like he probably just took a shower. Very clean. And he just kind of looks up at you.
Oh, evening there, paper hanger. How you doing?
He takes the bottle and walks out.
That's what I thought. Have a good night. Yeah, just make a glass of whiskey, savor it for about an hour, and then I'll walk out and I'll head for the exit that is not Mabel's shop, that is closest to the office and the bar.
The one that's just down the street from Larry's?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'll get ready to make a wisdom saving throw.
I was going to say, make your wisdom saving throw. Oh, Pip needs to make one too, because he went to the Shaded Lilies as well.
19.
For a total of?
19.
Okay, noted.
Well, I rolled an 18. I'm +1 wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So
noted. Pip?
15.
Noted.
Oh,
That's like the best wisdom saving throw I've done in 15 episodes.
I don't know. I like that better. I like that he doesn't tell us if we can talk about it.
Exactly. we still don't know. We still don't know what the cutoff is, and the cutoff could be changing. So
it'll be great. It'll be so good.
Cutoff's gotta be nat 20.
It's gotta be.
Harold, what are your plans?
Oh God, so much. First of all, and I'm not gonna try to get you into an argument about it. I'm just gonna ask what your thoughts were. I did make a strong argument for the fact that based on the language of Order of Scribes Wizard, I shouldn't have to pay full fucking price for copying spells because don't use ink.
I'll be honest with you, I was in the middle of something.
Did you have a chance to read his essay?
So. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I'll sum it up for you. He made some really good points, but you should probably still charge him for funsies.
I should be charged, I guess, but I don't think I should be charged full price when I'm not using the expensive inks that are defined in the copying spells, and it takes me 2 minutes, not 2 hours, to copy this shit.
I mean, you're still using the ink. It doesn't change.
No, you're not.
Using the ink.
The Wizardly Quill produces its own ink, and it specifically says when you use that to copy spells. That's what makes it take me 2 minutes instead of 2 hours.
That's fair.
So obviously that ink works. I don't use ink.
Well, how does that interact with the other subclass that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that I definitely don't remember the name of?
Is it a subclass
And
that
the other thing is expensive material components that you're studying. But I'm not studying shit in 2 minutes, so clearly the point of that is to say I'm just copying spells out of a spell book.
I'm on your side, Harold.
You might be studying them, and you're just really good at studying. So it only takes you a minute to study and a minute to write, rather than
and
an
compromise
hour
for half price. That's all I'm saying. It shouldn't cost me anything based on the language of Order of Scribes. But
I like how this 1%er is trying to get out of paying full price.
Right? That's where I'm at.
Only 1%ers get out of paying full price. Don't you get it?
Well, so
I work in a car dealership. I freaking know.
Here's where I'm at, because all the other ones, I'll give you a portion of it. I won't give you the full half price. Because all of the other schools are specifically say that this particular school. If I just gave you half price, to all the spells, that's gonna be some bullshit. I'll give you a quarter off instead.
All right, that's complicated.
A quarter off of all.
A quarter
of
50.
Wait,
a quarter of 50 gold.
What if you just made him choose? What if it's a quarter off of every school or half off of one school? He gets to pick a school.
I don't want that. I'd rather have a quarter. I'd rather have a quarter.
I'd rather have a quarter.
Can we make it like? No, because that's gonna hurt me. Never mind.
Okay, so if it's per 50 gold, we'll take 10 off. How about that?
Tonight
That's
on a
even
Sinner's
worse than a
3.
quarter.
Just,
I know.
We have
Well,
calculators. It's okay. Just take whatever.
I don't want to do it.
No, I'll take
You
it.
do
I'll
the
take the quarter. You can't. No backsies. I'll take the quarter. No backsies. I'll take the quarter. I'm learning a ton of
wizard.
spells.
Welcome to having a wizard in your campaign, guys.
I'm learning a ton of spells. I'm copying them all down. I'm gonna just spend all my gold.
Tonight, the Haggle episode on a Sinner's 3.
This time on Pawn Stars.
How much off do you think you can get for this? Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Cool. Copying a bunch of spells, spending all the money. That's a couple days of stuff. Well, it really is probably an hour of stuff, but whatever.
I'll give you the the wizardly quill, absolutely. But you have I'm not gonna just give you free money. No. I'm already doing that enough.
Then I'm gonna move Wilhelm in.
Will he take
or at least
it,
set up
question.
or at least set up the guest room. I'm gonna check on Randall.
Okay.
I want to spend a full day. I want to spend just in with the Shaded Lilies and not interacting with anyone, just watching everyone work and just watching how the system functions. Then I also want, essentially. I'm supervising while everybody else does all the work. But I want to set up a certain portion of the house and the guest room with glyphs of warding holding various spells. So I want to spend a whole day's worth of spell slots defending my home, essentially. I can give you a list specifically, but I want to do things like put glyphs of warding of haste, fly, invisibility. Because when you use glyph of warding and you trigger a spell, if it requires concentration, it no longer requires concentration. So I can hit all three of those at once.
I'm aware of how that works.
Have all three of those effects. So, maybe our viewers don't.
This is the first time I've ever seen glyph of warding used in a game.
That's what the blue streak used.
Yep.
Ever.
That's, it's effectively what the blue streak was doing. So
that's also what Yintrus was doing, but at a long range.
Yeah. I don't need it long range. I just need it to work. So where I can get the fuck away and where Wilhelm can get the fuck away if need be.
Sure.
And why not? I'll throw Shadowblade in there for good measure.
Oh, and don't forget to have Harold practice with that fancy belt he's got.
True.
Yeah, I will practice with that fancy belt I've got.
Okay, so that said, you and I will sit down sometime, hopefully this week, and actually make a map of the library, and you can kind of show me where those are.
I would actually basically put those in the inside facing panels of the bedroom door.
Sure.
So for the guest room that theoretically Wilhelm would be in, and then my actual master suite,
right?
I would put in there. So all of that, and then I definitely am going to be doing a lot of research. I want to, because there's a whole library at the Shaded Lilies, right?
Yeah, there's that hall.
I've read all my books. I want to read other people's. So I want to look through the library. I want to research a few specific things, which I guess I can read them off to you, or I can send them over to you, or whatever.
We can come back to that here in a minute.
Okay.
Because that's a lot.
And then the other shit I want to do is basically, there is a conversation I want to have with Wilhelm, because I want to have him help me research something specific, or two specific things. And then I have 4 days set aside to help Bruce specifically study Alhora.
Okay. All right. Wilhelm, what are you doing?
I believe it's the last time. Spoke of going to the junkyard. to speak with my friend, Mr. Merck.
Right. All right. So you make take the shortest path that you know, which is more or less take the train a few blocks down, walk straight to the dump. And as you are making your way through the streets, you start getting to surprisingly nicer houses for a few blocks, and then they suddenly jump back down to barely even ramshackle, basically seemingly hundreds of year-old houses that are barely standing, before you get to a couple of fairly well-to-do, though somewhat grungy-looking brick buildings. As you get to them, you start seeing signs for a variety of different things, and one of them is a familiar one that is just a single needle on a plaque. And as you enter into this shop, the bell ding begins to ring out. You see this half-orc fellow inside of a somewhat cluttered shop, standing over the top of a single chair with someone currently laying face down on it as he is making a tattoo of what looks like an owlbear face across this guy's shoulders. And you can just hear him kind of like as he's starting to like get down into portions of that shoulder that hurts just a little bit as he just holds him down by the head. And you can see this like grayish gradient going up to a green face with both tusks just kind of like barely piercing the top lip as he just goes, "I'm telling you to stay down before I finish it. Stop moving." And he like just finishes out what he's doing, looks over it, just like barely glances at you, Wilhelm, and he smiles and he goes, well, it isn't Weisbush. How are you?
I am good, Lugan. Spend some time, yeah?
Yes, how did you ruin them this time?
Well, if you would do them properly, perhaps they wouldn't just disappear. All this pain is for nothing, sir. They just vanish after a few days.
I'm not an enchanter. What do you want from me?
And he just continues,
I'll be with you in a moment. If Tom here would sit still.
Take your time.
Help yourself to a glass.
And you look over at the sink. There are a couple of dirty glasses sitting above them on a shelf. And you can see just like a myriad of different bottles of ink that are all just kind of waiting to be shaken up and used, though it's kind of hard to tell what the colors are because the labels are all faded. And it looks like he kind of picked them up out of the trash, frankly. Yeah.
So I will just sort of browse, get very lost in details, right? Start looking at each bottle. I'm not going to take a dirty glass of water, but Vasa. Yes, I will just be sort of taking note as I do, kind of running through my best analytical version of, my function.
Yeah. As he gets the human finished up, he bags up the tattoo on his back, slaps it once, and kind of like gets him out the door. And he turns the sign to closed, and he turns back and he says,
I know that this is going to take the rest of my evening. What color would you like this time?
Just black is fine.
Oh, come on. I can get you this nice, beautiful...
I know. It's just, I like to keep it simple. And I know that is the cheapest one. So.
Fine. I stole this one out from the dragon the other day.
He pulls out a rather large bottle of black, and he just sets it on the tray that he has his tattoo gun on. He begins like filling it in, getting it all set up, twisting it on correctly. Replaces the needle because he is a responsible tattooer.
Where are we starting?
Well, they're all gone. So.
Very well. Strip down.
And he does, and he gets pretty much down to barest of nothing.
Mm-hmm. He gets into the chair.
Right, because all it's everywhere, right? It's along his legs, up his chest and back, and
Yep.
Comes the dragon, you say, huh? You see it this time.
This time, I swear I felt its acid on my heels as I ran.
And he starts working on the shoulder, starting at top.
Oh, I tell you, I can still smell the burning of the hairs in my nostrils. It's awful. It's an awful beast.
Yes, I have I've done a bit of research, and I still have not found anything to corroborate this story. But I will keep looking.
He digs the needle in a little too deep unintentionally, just says,
shut up. I know that one.
And he just kind of he just doesn't talk about it again. As he gets the small talk in.
Well, have you had any interesting cases lately? Other than apparently your research into the dragon.
We have. I was, pretty standard, but fairly lucrative. We were tasked with finding mistress who had run off.
Oh, another one, huh?
Yes, but this one it turned out to be quite intriguing. She was caught up in all kinds of various works, and although we found her in the end, it was I'm not certain what you do in that situation. What would you do?
What do you mean? What would I do?
If you had hired us to, find your missing wife or whatever, only to find out that she was embroiled in this crazy schemes, it's up to no good on a grand scale. I'm not talking, say, what if it turned out she was in league with the drunk dragon?
Oh, and he kind of grins. And as he does, you can see that scar across his neck that goes up to his ear that he kind of keeps faced away from most people, kind of stretch a little bit. And he goes,
most people don't give me a second look, so it's not really a worry of mine.
Just need to get out more, Lugan. Good man.
Well, if we have mistresses going about doing things like you're saying, it sounds like I'm doing the perfect amount of staying in.
Perhaps, but could be maybe if you did your tattoos properly, you'd have more money to go out more often, yeah?
You keep talking like that and I'm going to stab you in the ribcage.
Yes. I'm going to, for my own edification here. Oh, yeah. So I don't know if any of you have ever gotten tattoos over scars, but it is not pleasant. It is many times that I have had to do this. And although it is incredibly painful, I just, I guess, put at this point, and or just bear through it. So.
For what it's worth, I do appreciate the fact that you come back, raise your arm. I need to get into the pit.
Yes, of course.
Nah, I do appreciate the fact that you have me fill these in every time you burn them away. What was it that burned them away this time? Was it your friends, or was it the mistress in this shit?
It was me, but it was voluntary. It had to be done.
You mean to tell me you put all my work like this?
Just no way.
It must have been an issue then. Did it get resolved?
In a way, I think it gave. Secrets are tough, difficult thing. Keep things from your friends, and I the kind, yeah. What you do.
Right. You talk about Mac and Mabel
so
all
much,
the time, the bullshit they go through.
Yes, it's not about, hiding things, but yeah, it's just about not making it about yourself, yeah? So, there's no point in dwelling past, or even. No. But it was answers I think some people needed. Yeah. And maybe even myself. I don't know yet.
He turns off the gun and says, I'm going to let you rest for a second. There's a lot more here, and I need to change out my ink.
Of course.
Now, he kind of stops and looks at the ink for a second and sloshes it around in the interior of the bottle. No, never mind. And he just continues on. And starts on the other shoulder.
It's no time to be shy now.
Well, I remember whenever Tristan first brought you. Or at least when he came and talked to me afterward about it. Don't get caught up too much in the shit.
I feel it is a little late for that. You know me. I'm always getting caught up in something. It's perhaps Tristan taught me too well. But it's interesting you bring him up. I've been thinking about him a lot. I recently ran into an artist that works in...
You better not be doing tattoos.
No. He works in Arwentinian glass.
He stops for a moment and pulls back the needle almost reflexively.
You know, it was yeah, I will tell you, Logan, it was it was a gentleman I was able to get very little information about the past, and you know how dark things got for a while there, but I was so caught up in kind of everything else we were working on, this current case, that I wasn't even able to really look into it. I don't know. It's something about it just bothers me. Just to always sit, to trust your gut, yeah. And I think that these people are somehow know something. Why I'm close.
Need you to lean forward.
Yep. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to this exact tattoo guy. I'm just going to explain everything to you. Yeah. All right. Cool. Can you just kind of move your arm? Yeah, sure.
He as he starts in the back, he just goes,
Now, I know I'm not exactly the one to talk. Sometimes conspiracy theories get to your head and you start running off them a little too much. How do you know it has anything to do with it? I mean, you're going to have a couple of days to recover. Perhaps you can go dig through some newspapers or something.
Yeah, I've already started to dig a little bit. I found myself after this last case in slightly better circumstances. Well, superficially, I guess. But, yeah, so I have a few more resources that I think I will be able to use. But of course, I will not let myself get carried away. I'm just, again, it is amazing how time can change your perception. In the moment, we were just so embroiled. I'm so upset with myself that for a minute I forgot. It's shocking to think of, yeah. But not all scars remain, yeah. I guess this is better.
Yeah, I mean, sure wish these ones would heal up a little bit more. He kind of like.
I've told you if you'd like, I can continue to work on them. I am getting better.
That's good. It's good to hear. I don't have any real good advice for you on this one, bud. And he starts on a leg.
That's sort of ironic, is it not? You are highlighting mine while I am offering to try to remove yours.
Yes. Well, I've considered doing my own, but I don't know that it would be worthwhile. So, plus, this one keeps the ladies away. At least the ones I don't want away.
I don't know. I've always been told that chicks dig scars. Is that something that Max says? Just, I don't know. There's a lot of things.
This is true. I've heard the bullshit that you say he says.
Yeah, you'll have to meet him someday.
One of these days. Granted, he's a minotaur, so I can't exactly do much tattooing there that'll actually be worthwhile for either one of us, I don't think.
Yeah, I never thought about it. He does have one.
But, what?
Yeah.
Maybe send him my way sometime.
Yeah, I should bring him around at some point. I'm sure the two of you would get along.
And unless you have anything else you want to talk to him about, he's pretty much just gonna keep the small talk up. And
yeah, no, that is good. And obviously, I'm a little distracted. How long would you say?
This is gonna take the majority of the evening.
Okay.
You may even have to come back the next day in the morning and kind of finish it up.
Okay.
And you're gonna, unless you're going to use magical healing to make it, kind of heal itself up a little bit, it's going to take a couple days of recovery before the swelling goes down.
Will not.
Okay. Where are you going after this? You going back to your place? Are you going to?
No, I'm avoiding my place. So I assumed that I would head back to Harold's. At that point, again, I guess it depends on at which point in that discussion. I am going to attempt to do some more research on Woodward and perhaps see if I can investigate his whereabouts the night that Kristen disappeared. Or, as well, I am also looking for sightings of the blue streak.
Okay.
In that vicinity,
we can work on those.
In that time frame.
Both work. Yeah, no, Harold. He put up a finger, so.
Okay. Yeah, the stuff I wanted to look at with Wilhelm specifically was, first of all, I just wanted Wilhelm to help me kind of find good resources to research Solars and, like, what is the name of your god again?
Lysandra?
Yeah, that one. And to do actual research into like what Lysander's all about. And then the other thing that I wanted his help specifically with was because it affects all of us, but then particularly him because his best friend seems to be doing it in at least some sense. Researching planar travel in and out of like demi-planes specifically, if there's anything I can find on that. And I would use my I know a guy if I need to, and I would go back to the Mages College and find like a professor who would study conjuration, which I think teleportation and plane shift and all that, I think all that's conjuration.
Most of it is. Some of it's evocation.
I could do that as well, because I think I don't think I've used mine, but I imagine that through Tristan I would have some sort of connection. with clergy or cult. Maybe a little less booth or more undergrounds than what Harold would have access to, yeah?
Right.
The streets.
Yeah, like Harold's access would be strictly
Highbrow.
like, yeah, and like library knowledge as opposed to world knowledge.
Right. Okay, so first things first, let's handle the morning after the first day as Pip gathers with you all in your general meeting place at Larry's. It's quiet.
Morning after.
Larry does offer up.
Are we going there first? Because I also, of course, I would have received Data's book. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have, actually. So let's handle that little exchange.
I sent it to you on Discord if you did not see it already.
I did. Of course I did.
I will say this much, Harold would note that he does stink a little bit of kind of like trash whenever he comes in. Because he is leaving from somewhere very close to the dump, and it tends to permeate the air around the people. So
he wouldn't even like say anything about it. He would just cast prestidigitation and be gone with it.
Okay, cool. So you get the book. What's the book, Adelaide? Just because I'm curious.
I don't know, Willem. Why don't you tell us?
Well, it is a book of poetry by William Ernest Henley. In particular, well, I mean, I think before I get into that, so a doorman bringing system, yeah?
I think it would have already been, by the time you get back, it would have already made it to Harold's place,
Just
and Harold
chucked it
probably
at the
just
door,
like,
So I don't see
Amazon
the
delivery
gentleman.
man.
Yeah.
you don't see the gentleman at all.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So I will see that the book has been left for me. So it's a book of poetry, book of poems, by Mr. Henley, and there is a particular poem that is marked with a red ribbon and a bit of underscoring. And the phrase, to spare you all the entire poem, you can of course Google it, just Victus by William Ernest Henley. But the phrase that is underscored, and you can Wilhelm. I will sort of just read through it for a few moments before I get down to the marked portion, which is I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I will smirk a bit, and put the book, and I will put it down somewhere neatly, so that I can take a look at it later at more time. So okay, with that, I guess I will start to help Harold and Yep.
So as all of you gather at Larry's early morning for coffee and maybe hair the dog, for those of you that may have gotten drunk the night before.
Morning lasagna.
Yeah, morning lasagna. Got to get those triangle fried cheeses in every time. The dim lit bar is fairly empty again. The only person there that you really seem to notice is Larry himself. His brother is apparently in the back already making the lasagna noodles for the day, or starting to cook them up, as you can kind of like smell that kind of like the
doughiness.
Yeah, the dough. And thank you, I couldn't think of the word doughiness. That just like fills the air of the kitchen.
A word, so
I don't know. It's just a thing. It's just
doughy is a word. So
I don't think I've ever thought of the word doughiness before.
But we're gonna call it the doughiness, all right? What do you want from me? I'm just Larry, all right? We just say what we want to say here at Larry's, all right? Anyway, it
sounds like you were like doughy.
Doughiness. What do you want? But you have your table. Weatherford joins you all.
It's just the real you at the fake you.
What? hell are you on about? He looks worse for wear, for what it's worth.
I'll just sort of look around. There was we ran into a doppelganger who approached us, disguised himself as you. We, of course, I shouldn't take credit for it. I was Odd and Mac. They immediately recognized that it was not yourself. So we were not fooled by this illusion, but it led us to, down a completely different rabbit hole. But anyways, how are you? You look like shit.
You too. And he kind of straightens his vest a little bit, tightens up his tie, gives his hair brush over, not really doing a whole lot for what little is there. I feel like shit. I had a long night, long couple days, long week. Dealing with
it's a lot. Yeah.
Not adapting to the news well.
The news is fine.
Sure.
Did they put you on a team? Do you have a mission? Did you come up with a cool name?
Nope. They apparently like me as I am.
I mean, you do good. You do good work.
But first for everything.
Well, you don't have to be a dick first thing in the morning, Wilhelm. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
No, he meant that we didn't get that treatment, so that must have been nice to be real cool in the eyes of.
Sure.
So, did everybody have a good night? Anything interesting happen?
I am going to use my Bloodhound trail ability and try and sniff out if get the general sense about Weatherford, whether he's trying to be evasive or if it's actually him.
Make the insight check.
Let's see here. Does that constant grit? No, it doesn't. But my proficiency bonus is doubled. Woohoo! Oh well, that sucks. 10. I'm +7 when I'm using Bloodhound, and I rolled a 3. It's Weatherford, all right.
Yeah, I mean, he's not being very straightforward, but when is he ever? Whenever it comes to his personal life, whenever he's doing stuff away from the office.
Yeah, so was creepy gray boy. So just kind of nod. Be real quiet.
Well, if no one has anything, we've had it come up a few times. Haven't really talked about it. But the Crystal Vapor wants to have tea with me for some reason. It's kind of getting to the point where we can't really ignore it.
Pip, is that the?
Yeah,
okay.
That is. Yeah, that's exactly where it is.
Right. I'm always up for tea, but this is a little bit.
The reason I bring it up is if I'm gone for a while, you'll kind of know what
absolutely
happened.
Not. We will 100% be coming with you in this, yeah?
Yeah, so I did ask. I can bring whoever I want, supposedly. So
I
cannot.
have a word with this crystal vapor myself.
Can't guarantee your safety, but you're more than welcome to come along if you want to meet a dragon.
Again, always up for tea.
Sure. Glad you are.
So, is this an immediate thing? We're going right now, or next couple days, or?
We haven't set a time. They're supposed to.
Make an appointment.
After breakfast here, I'm gonna go over to the shopping district and pick up a commission, and then meet with them and figure out a time to meet with them. So I'm probably gonna push for the end of the week, end of the next week or something like that. We'll have tea.
Do you want do you want any leverage on her?
Do you have leverage on her?
No.
Yeah, That's fine.
But I can find it.
If you want, yeah, sure. Anything to help keep me alive.
There's a lot of open cases on her.
I believe it. That's why I didn't want to have tea.
Well, okay. All right. Well, look at this. That's a Weathford Hole I remember. Well, welcome back, sir.
Does anybody
I'm looking forward to doing
more
investigative work. As this is a good idea. Perhaps we can dig up some information.
Yeah, sure. If
Oh,
anybody doesn't
to
want
be
to go, it's totally fine.
I want to be extremely clear now that you mention it. I don't want to go, but I will because you are my friend, and that is what friends do.
That's very kind.
Yes, yeah, of course, Harold. Why was there a question? Come on.
Oh.
So, anyways, Weatherford, where do we start? Perhaps we hit the police station? If we can get some info on some cold cases?
I'm going to start downtown. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where most of her prosecutions have been, though she doesn't have to show up to her own prosecutions. She's been sending representatives.
What about the news sources? Harold, is there anywhere we can view headlines or past...
It's called a library.
Yes.
I was going to say that. Thank you.
It's my
We can always see if the radio guy has any insight on things.
Radio guy? What are you talking about?
That guy that's occasionally on the radio. He's like, welcome to Kasmar.
Do you know the radio guy?
No,
I don't
but
know the radio guy.
I'm sure we can find him. I mean, how many broadcast stations are there around here?
That's fair.
Yeah, Weatherford Hole. We can find anyone. I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. So I never listen to the radio.
You're not missing much.
It was advertisements. It's every time I turn it on, every time I click over, it's trying to sell me something. I find it.
Yeah, like
I'm
shaving
sure-
cream in a can.
There
I'll
are a
get
couple
that.
of good shows. You should try a couple of the shows.
Also, side note, does anybody have any money?
Yeah.
Oh,
How much you
I
need?
forgot. I have money for you. Actually, and
okay.
she's bundled up in like a little purse all of its own. The 50 gold. The gentleman that you sent me to, I bargained for you. That if you ever sent people to him in the future, he might give you a finder's fee. So this is your finder's fee.
Oh. Hey.
Also, we should maybe go together next time, and I can teach you about how to barter.
I mean, I know how to barter, but like, dude, the first time I went in there, I didn't have a lot of money, and he was like real snobbish, But on the radio, I heard there was this one that was like a pretty lady or something like that, and you go back when you have money and teach him a lesson that hey, you shouldn't have judged me. So I went over there and I was a big spender.
Can I have an insight check?
On who?
Beta?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you actually know how to barter?
No. I don't think she's lying. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just like.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I know
it's
how to do it.
That's a 20.
For a 20, yeah. So, I mean, you could talk about how Beta barters.
Yeah. I mean, she just. I mean, it's quite simple. You just go then and ask very politely, for a discount, especially if you're a repeat customer. Or maybe like Pip, you've brought someone else in to be at their business and things like that.
Mac, I think this is the problem. We have just never sought to ask politely.
I will certainly try. I'm very appreciative. Thank you very much for that.
Well, no offense, but you and Mac have a particular demeanor when you patronize a business. Sometimes you're very nice once you get to know you, but
What exactly are
especially
you
with you
saying?
being so tall.
What, I'm intimidating or something?
Yes, that's exactly what she's saying, Mac.
Yeah, but that's exactly what she's saying, man. You hear Larry from behind the counter.
Larry in the corner.
Larry, have you ever been intimidated by me? Come on.
I
now.
don't think you're intimidating at all.
Well, no, since you like jumped over me and crawled across the ceiling, dropped down, and like, did that kick thing, knocking that thing unconscious. No, I doubt you're intimidated by me at all. In fact, I'm a little intimidated by you.
So yes, this is typically our tactic. Yeah. So I am the nice one, and Mac, to your point, is Nina.
If a guy says he's intimidated by you, you should probably think he's maybe flirting with you. You should be careful there,
what,
girl?
Hey, now, Larry.
She's blushing.
No, wait, no, literally.
And Veda blush.
Literally, she crawled across a wall
She's
and then
got
the
some
ceiling
blood in
fell
her.
down in
Don't
front of
hear
her.
her blood.
That's the thing is, it's very noticeable when they blush.
No, like for real, crawling across the ceiling.
Larry's just shaking his head, chuckling.
Pour me a goddamn whiskey and give me some fucking bacon.
He was under lots of stress and pressure, and I thought you were going to die, so...
I appreciate that, but it's still creepy as fuck.
I didn't see it, but it sounds cool as hell.
Thank you.
Well, Pip, you kind of do the same thing, but...
Right?
It was... Yeah, no, the way you jump and stick and move and kind of do the blow darty thing. Remember, I just stand in the middle and like
something about when Pip does it. It seems very natural, right? You almost expect it, but Veda, yours was a little more alarming because it's just not something that is seen. I mean, we all.
Is it because he's a fucking frog?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Larry.
Yes.
Because he's a fucking frog.
All right.
Yeah.
Just wanna be
Frogs
sure.
jump and stick to things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, Larry, where's my whiskey?
It's already at your table.
Oh, right. Sorry. Getting a little...
Maybe start arguing so much, and maybe pay attention to whenever you
It's been a night, all right?
That thing.
Was that
Okay,
a
that's
compliment,
right.
or should I be offended?
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, I'll let y'all know about tea time. I'm gonna go pick up a new and improved blowgun.
Ooh, what you doing to it?
I don't know.
Right.
And how are you sure it's an improvement?
Well, he's
Well,
put
I mean-
magic into it. I was
Yeah,
kind
I
of had a
paid-
bit of a glow when I
Paid
saw
good
it.
money to some enchantment, and if the guy screws me, then I will ruin his reputation.
Oh,
Exactly.
allow me. It's actually one of my family's favorite pastimes, ruining business owners. That's my I know a guy for the session. Actually,
I'm going to write a letter.
I'll
Who do
let
you
you
know?
Business Bureau.
Who do you know? If that's what you want to do.
You don't even need to change the name. It's
Oh,
just like
it
some
would literally just be my mom.
She's on like she's on the
like
board
the
of directors
worst
at Bain
Karen in the
Capital.
fucking
Yeah.
world, like the
Well,
absolute worst Karen.
I'll be sure to let you know how they do. You can inspect it after we're done. That would actually be very helpful to tell me exactly what it does.
That I can certainly help with. Yes.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, I'll let y'all know about tea time. That's all I had. I plan on making some potions again, so I made one. Who wants it? Anybody short on one?
I've got plenty.
You got
It's a
potions.
healing potion, correct?
Yeah, just
Yeah, I'm good.
cool.
I mean, I shoved that one into the dead guy's mouth.
Or
Well,
you can have the first one. Here you go.
He-
I'm
he
gonna make
wasn't-
like 2 more.
he wasn't dead. He was the guy I shot.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was there for that one.
He came back.
Yeah. No.
Well, here you go, Mac. You take the first one.
Thanks.
While I have you all here, and he
Yeah.
takes a quick drink of his whiskey,
That's
can we
a good
get
sign.
back to, usual tactics? Question first, shoot after?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see that much in that auction room.
I mean, it was like all of it happened like within 30 seconds or so. We had to act fast.
It's got a point. Well, they both do.
I
both
saw
have
you do a lot of shooting too.
Only because you guys started shooting and they started shooting at me. I got poisoned. Fuck.
Right.
In my defense, I did
Not
not shoot
so
anybody.
easy to slow the whole thing down.
He looks at you, Wilhelm, and he says, "You're the only one that actually did something that wasn't, antagonistic, I think. Well, and you too. Well, no. Yep, you were the only one, I think, that didn't do anything antagonistic in that.
I ran around trying to detain someone until someone else told me to stab a guy. And I am nothing if not a good worker.
That's valid. That's a valid point.
And to be fair,
and everybody was mad at me.
To be fair,
Mac, I watched the guy get you blew his chest out in the middle of him going, we're good. You could have just let him go.
Well, now here's the thing. I saved him first. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's stabbing, Harold. So I
think he turned. No, he stabbed Harold first, and then you tried to save him, but then he turned invisible. And honestly, at that point,
actually, the actual proper chain of interactions was Harold stabbed him as he ran by. He stopped, materialized a gun, shot Harold, and immediately got murdered.
Harold stabbed him first? What the hell?
I immediately forgot that Harold stabbed him because I've never seen Harold stab someone, and it kind of just left my memory.
Harold, I said protect that guy, and you stabbed him?
I don't believe anyone said anything about protecting him until after.
I threw him out the door and said, made sure he's safe, and then started shooting kobolds.
It's okay, Harold. I thought your form was fantastic.
No, I did. You were standing right there, and then you got hit by some poison shit.
Well, heat of the moment and all that.
But anyway, doesn't matter.
Well, now
Can
that
we
you
ask
mentioned
questions
heat,
first?
did we forget that someone summoned a fire elemental and I had to just fist fight it? Yeah,
that was impressive. I shot it a couple times.
I'm sorry, what?
You loosened it for me, sir.
When the hell did that? Oh, I was busy shooting things in the other room. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If it reassures you, boss man, it's not the normal thing we do. We do try to ask questions first.
Veda.
Usually.
Yes.
You're hired. Keep these fuckers in line. She's your new HR. Got it?
Veda has a job.
Well, actually, I'm just an intern, so it's just an internship.
I was wrong.
HR.
How much are you making over there?
Nothing. But I'm a student, so you go.
Her family owns the hospital, so.
Oh yeah. You know what? Fine.
That was a secret. That was a secret.
Wait, world-wise, is that not just
I don't know. You just came up with that on the spot, but I'm rolling with it.
Vampires definitely own the hospital.
Yeah,
but I don't think everybody knows she's a Dampier, other than the fact that she just crawled across the ceiling that one time.
Is it not obvious?
Pip has no idea.
No.
Pip's
Veda
never
looks like
been
a
to
normal
the
person.
hospital. Pip's never been to the
I don't
hospital.
drink
That's not
blood.
true.
I don't
have
have
been to the
fangs.
hospital once to go see Randall.
You're right. That is the one time you're right. Correct.
I'm just looking between Harold and Veda at this point going, what?
Is that?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. HR, lovely. I can do that. Yes.
Good. Keep them in line. And at this moment, Veda, you hear you get a message. You get a sending.
Mhm.
You are wanted at the words left my brain super hard just then.
A state
The hospital?
No,
That's the same thing.
you're wanted at the
Family
home. You're
Oh.
wanted at the home.
Oh,
Your horned friend is acting up.
Oh, I'm gonna look at Harold and Mac. Well, I thank you for the job offer. I think we have to leave potentially. Podrick's at my house, I think. I don't know how they know he's my friend.
It's a voice that you would have recognized as the one that is running the home for people that aren't at home. that are having to be taken care of.
Friend.
There you
Run,
go.
friend. Okay.
There you go.
I thought you were talking about like the doorman's calling me.
No.
Scratch that. And speaking of my main job, I need to go and attend to that very quickly. So I will see you all
I
shortly.
hire her on the spot, and she just says I have to go to my other one. Man, that's
I take care of children, so.
Well, have you
It's urgent.
read like
It's
the
urgent.
glass door review? Because it's not great. It's not great.
and
It's
you know
okay,
you
I
can't
gotta-
trust those etchings. Sometimes you have to go. You have
okay,
to
I
take it with
gotta-
a grain of salt.
I gotta go too, so I gotta go pick up that thing and then meet some kobolds potentially.
Ah, yes, we've been.
Harold
gonna
casts
go
haste on
downtown.
Beta.
You
I don't have anything to do till tonight, so I will sit here and bother Larry.
Now she crawls on ceilings very quickly.
you cast haste. I thought you said gayest. And I'm like, oh God.
Oh, no,
I'm
no.
sorry now.
That's fucked. Oh no. No, I cast
literally what it-
haste.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm hustling out of there. Headed to the hospital.
You
All
said
right,
you
cool.
had to go very quickly, so Howard was just like, okay.
Okay,
Bye.
literally quickly.
Okay, cool, great, wonderful.
Oh, she's so fast, Mac.
Because Harold did
He
the
talks in an
woo-woo.
extremely high-pitched voice now. like a dog whistle.
Oh, hello.
Wait a minute. Bye.
Lovely to
Wait.
see you here.
All right, so
Um,
Veda just left. Pip's going. Wilhelm,
I got Pip. Perhaps I will accompany you.
Harold.
Sure, I'm down.
Harold sends Veda away extremely quickly and then realizes that his whole plan for that night was to check on Randall at the hospital. So he starts walking slowly in the direction that Veda just sprinted off.
Hey, has
You-
anybody seen the moose?
You lose sight of her very quickly.
Goodbye. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Where's Pod?
I assumed he was tinkering on something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I have not heard from him.
Yeah,
He
me
doesn't
neither.
show up tomorrow. He's fired, and he gets up from the table and just kind of laughs for a moment, and then I'm going downtown. See you guys in the morning.
Yeah, seems
Okay.
like a rough night.
Bye, boss.
It's nice to see a little life in him again. Yeah. Starting to think he was just going to be a useless sack of well, you know what? Yeah.
Well,
I
I
haven't
just
even
hope-
left the building yet, and you're sitting there. God. Every time, Wilhelm.
Listen, you come back. I'll say it all to you.
No, it's
Keep
fine.
it up. Keep
And he
that
just-
pep in
he-
your step, huh? Maybe lay off the bottle for a second.
God. You know,
have a good day, sir.
he throws his trench coat on and exits.
Man, right now I think there's too much blood in his alcohol system.
Hey, I like that. That's a good one. I'm gonna use that one tonight.
Go ahead, Larry.
Shut
It's
up.
Thank
all
you.
good.
Said
Hey,
you
where the
left.
hell's my bacon?
It's been on your plate for like
God
the past
damn it.
30 minutes, man. I even got you the little triangle cheese things. Nobody's fucking touched them. I don't know.
Why does he keep
Okay.
doing that? You think Larry's a doppelganger?
What? No.
Yeah, Mac, hold him
Stop.
down.
No, stop.
Get,
Stop.
get the
Wait,
knife.
You just get the
Okay.
All right.
I'm a doppelganger
I think-
now. I mean, come on. You went to
All right,
one
guys.
place and was like fucking full of them. Yeah.
I think we're gonna
Well,
take our
I'm saying
10-minute break
Larry's-
here.
Oh my God,
It just seems to
amazing.
know what you need and it is on your plate
Get
already.
the knife.
Please, we're gonna take our 10-minute break here. Well,
Get the rope.
thank you guys so much for joining us for Sinner's Dream. Up to this point, we will be back shortly. Use your elf eggs, get into the dice giveaway, get into that Steam game giveaway. Live your dream of being of an air controller person.
Maybe.
Maybe. Man.
What can I say? You lance it, and it. Oh, hi, everybody.
No, we're
No, it's
not.
Lancer.
No.
Keep talking about Lancer.
Oh, Lancer. I thought you were saying Lancet. Oh,
It's pretty
sorry.
fun.
I
10 out of
went.
10 would recommend.
Yeah, I went biology, not role playing.
So, welcome back to A Sinner's Dream. We had a good break. Talked about important stuff. Definitely important stuff. Get your elf eggs in for your dice entry or your Steam game that may or may not be air traffic control / TSA. We're not really sure. Simulator.
I'm
Pretty
going
sure
for
it's
that.
air traffic control.
I'm so gonna do that if my computer can run it.
But let's see. So who's going with Pip? And we've got 3 different scenes we need to handle. So let's start with.
As per usual, did you think we would make it easy for you?
Of course not. Let's start with Harold, as you're going to see Randall. As you lose track of Veda, it's really quiet on the street that she actually turned down. And it's the opposite direction of the hospital that you know Randall to be at before you lost track of her.
Well, I will contemplate on that for just a short moment, and then I will, move on with my life.
Okay, cool. So that's a scene that we don't have to do. Randall's fine. He's recovering well. I mean, he's in and out of the hospital, kind of with the physical therapy stuff. But for the most part,
do I get a sense of like how severe his actual injuries were or his mental state was due to the phylactery piece?
Make a medicine check.
Ooh, it's one of the only things I'm not fucking great at. I need
That's
Veda.
why you're friends with me.
18,
I need Veda. It's a
You
1
only
plus
roll-
6 is 7.
With a 7, so you know the arcane kind of applications of a phylactery for the most part. You understand that you're on the interior of it, not on the exterior of it, and that there's a bit of a wonkiness to it all. You, however, are not sure what that does to the psyche of a person on the interior, let alone a portion of it that should be on the exterior is on the interior, sitting in a room with someone for a couple weeks, sleeping in the same room. It's just one of those things. Not gonna get much information with the 6.
I mean, it was a natural 1 for a 7, so I mean, like that's more than I deserved.
But he's okay. For the most part, he's back to his usual self. I mean, he's been coming back and forth from the shop. He talks about how he's helped your sister a couple times open up the shop, so that way she could kind of learn how it works too from time to time. But you haven't seen hide or hair of her around him.
Have we ever like established what kind of books are actually in my, I guess what we'd call the restricted section?
It's probably more knowledge based than anything else, and it's probably going to be something that's like, oh, they, I don't know. No, not really.
Because I feel like the reason I would be keeping Randall out of it is because it was like potentially dangerous stuff. Like maybe some more strange spell tomes, maybe some like a particular kind of spells or something like that. I think maybe like anything that's I've found over the years that's necromancy related, I might have put there just for safekeeping.
That very graphic one of just various individuals eating Cadbury
Tuskluff? Yes, just a deep description of Cadbury egg eating.
Depicted. Pictures.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Anyway. Randall's good.
I asked that because I was basically gonna, if I understand that I am not around the shop all the time, and that you wish to read things at a higher level, and I admire that. If my sister is present with you, I will have a key made for my more interesting reads for her, so that she can unlock it, and perhaps you can browse a few things at her discretion. So maybe some like the more just elementary stuff and like historical stuff, as opposed to like life transference.
Right.
Keep him out of the smut.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about Ray's dead and the details.
Yeah.
Of what that looks
No
like.
zombies, no Cadbury eggs.
Okay, got it. Cool. Noted.
What if
That
you
is-
ate the zombie like a Cadbury egg?
That's just a brain.
I mean,
What if it was a zombie that only ate Cadbury eggs?
Just so everybody's on the up and up, we have some members of our party that eat Cadbury cream eggs like an illithid eats brains.
I'm sorry,
Let's just say-
caramel
we'll just say in a
eggs, not cream eggs. Thank you.
Oh,
No,
so sorry.
In a almost
How dare you.
pornographic fashion.
Look, I love Cadbury cream eggs. Can't stand the caramel ones.
Exact opposite.
Yeah, I can't stand.
Anyway,
let's call it caramel.
this
So it's fine.
is a sinner's dream.
How is there any
All
other
right.
way to mispronounce that? Like it is caramel.
Thank
We
you.
are not getting into this.
Caramel.
Thank you.
Who all's going with Pip? Is it both Wilhelm and
not anymore, and I'm gonna let that.
Well,
fucking
Pip's just going to
to the shop and to set a time for tea.
Yeah, he's not going to tea. He's setting
Okay,
time
cool.
for it.
Yeah.
Well,
The rest of us, I believe, plan to go to tea. Yeah.
All right, great. So, because we do still have other things that you guys mentioned that you wanted to do in terms of downtime, I will just say that the time is at the end of the 2 weeks.
Perfect, easy peasy. And I got the blowgun.
Yeah, and you got your
good.
blowgun. Yeah.
My bar date went
No
well.
dragon problem.
Excellent.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
not saying
no.
we're fast forwarding through it. I'm just saying, just for the place is set, time is set for the end of the 2 weeks.
Perfect.
Okay.
End of downtime.
Sure.
End
Sure.
downtime.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No.
Mhm.
All right. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
so-
Pip relays that to everybody.
Now then, that said, Veda, as you head to the home, as you head to the nice, gentle place that is full of some would consider mentally ill or challenged, depending on the severity, you were asked to handle a certain minotaur who is currently having a bit of a fit. Before, you had caught on that whenever he's having these fits, there's only a couple things that really calm him down. One, a hat. He really likes wearing a hat that's strikingly similar, now that you're thinking about it, to Max. And simply just like hugging the kid. And whenever I say the kid, he's technically older than Mac.
Mhm.
He's like a good 6 years older than Mac, at least. And as you're kind of like going in, he is currently After you get kind of like scrubbed in, get everything nice and cleaned up, ready to go into his room, you go into a fairly plain room that has just that simple bed. And he has all of his little wooden figurines that he has carved during the crafting time, that are all very immaculate and beautiful. He's got that tree that is perfectly done. He's got that symbol that looks a lot like it's now somewhat reminiscent of something that you've seen in the Blue Streak. You have a wooden disc that is reminiscent of the lightning bolt on her headphone. And you see a full bust of Mac that you now recognize as Mac, and a couple of other like little trinkets like a car. You have to take away the guns that he carves.
Right.
Because he has a penchant for arresting other people. But today, somehow, he has snuck a knife into his room and is furiously carving the end of his bed.
Deputy, what are you working on?
He's like mumbling to himself. Make a perception check.
Yeah. Perception. Not bad. 18.
An 18? It's as he's cutting with each individual cut into the wood at the foot of the bed, you catch murmurs of technical details revolving around speakers in flight.
Rumors around speakers in flight?
Not rumors, like specific like technicalities of how speakers work, and the physics of flight.
Okay.
As he's carving into this leg.
Well, I actually just went to an art show recently, and I think this could be on display.
Kind of stops for a second.
Yeah, maybe deputy artist. I am going to reach out a hand to his shoulder if he allows me. And I am going to, for the first time in this show, indulge in my Dampier hunger.
Okay.
And what I decided on was like essentially psychic energy.
Okay. We'll call it. What are you trying to? What are you looking for in this? Are you just trying to get like a general feel for his?
Yeah, she more feeds on like bad vibes essentially.
Right.
And it's something like blood is removed, flesh is cerebral fluid is removed on the list, you know. So she, if it's possible, that's what she eats is bad vibes.
Yeah, that's totally viable. We'll call it either an insight check or perception check with advantage. Your choice.
Sure. Same thing. So 1 and 2. I never know how to roll with advantage. A 21.
So with a 21, as you put your hand on his shoulder, you get access to this network that is not unfamiliar to you in particular. The vibes that you're getting from him are very intricate. As you grasp his shoulder for just a moment, that gentle touch, he almost flinches away for just a split second before the hand kind of like grips a little bit tighter. And you see your vision like goes cloudy for a moment, which happens every time you indulge. And you have this deep, dark, just plain before you. And as you're kind of like watching it, you can see strikes of lightning going down across a variety of different networks of lines. And as you're looking closer, you start to notice that lightning that strikes it goes across those lines almost like they're electrifying them, powering them, going over and around to a variety of different black boxes that look incredibly familiar to you now that you've seen one in the flesh from whenever you got the message for Wilhelm, literally the day before or 2 days before.
The message from Wilhelm.
Yeah, the black box that landed across.
It looks like there's in his consciousness.
In his consciousness,
okay,
he has those
weird.
Printed out physically in his consciousness. These lines from the lightning striking down, going across to them, and each one, as it begins to electrify, you can watch portions of it begin to open up as you see that conical shape of the speaker beginning to move gently. And then they begin to move more radically as the air begins to almost shatter around portions of those speakers. And from the beyond that, as you begin to kind of take that in and, take in that mist that holds that space, you can see the good behind it. You can see the lack of obsession of the intricacies of these networks. And you see a familiar scene of a beach with that young girl sitting on it with a single tree sitting over the top of her that you saw in a dream a few weeks ago, that everybody saw in a dream a few weeks ago. And as you pull your hand away, he is slowed down significantly. He just kind of gets one more carve off, and he just hands the knife over to you. And as you look at where he was carving, it is a perfect image of Alhora in the bedpost.
Well, she's very pretty, isn't she?
Yeah.
What do you think about her?
She's nice. Allie's nice.
Did she talk to you? Is she a new friend of yours?
She's been around for a little while, but I only saw her a couple nights ago.
In your dreams?
Mm-hmm.
She's taking notes on a notepad as well, while we're talking. I think I've met her too.
Yeah, I think she's met everybody now.
Does she talk to you?
Sometimes, not really.
What does she say?
Well, she talked about not wanting to steal things anymore. Nice.
That's probably smart.
Now I don't have to arrest her when I see her.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to arrest her, I bet.
No. She talked about food once, how she didn't have a lot of it. And there was something about mirrors last time. Oh, and she met with her friend, Mom, the cat lady. She looked like a cat. She's orange. Remember that one? She had glass and stuff. It was really hot. I remember it being really hot. I was sweaty.
Sometimes I sweat when I sleep too.
Yeah. Wait, you sweat?
Not often. I've got a lot of blankets on.
Me too.
Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like me to get a friend to come and visit with you?
I haven't seen Mac in a couple weeks.
Oh. Well, I think I can get him for you.
When do I get to go have ice cream with him? The other nurse said something about ice cream the other day, maybe.
Well, I don't see why we can't do that today. It's very nice out.
Yes.
All right. Would you like a juice?
Yes.
Right. She'll like fetch him that and kind of tidy away. Take the knife. Kind of like sweeping up the pointy wooden bits. And she will give Mac a ring on her eye watch. I don't know what it's called.
Spellstone.
Spellstone, thank you. Mac?
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know how to phrase this. I work at the group home, and
I'm on my way.
Okay.
Immediately just hangs up and hails a cab.
Okay, great. Maybe 30 minutes later, Mac, you there?
I just go cooking right in.
I think as she's probably rushing along beside you and telling you, he's fine. Calm him down. I think he knows the blue flame.
Wait.
We'll talk later.
One, I didn't know you worked here.
I didn't know he was your brother until now.
Keep this very quiet. Now there's 4 people that know. It's Wilhelm, you, Mabel, and him. I want to keep it that way.
I would never tell anyone.
Because I don't want anybody getting to him to get to me.
My oath as a nurse is my bond.
Right? Is he okay? What do you mean he knows the blue streak? What? The lady?
Well, I looked into his mind, and do you remember that black box she threw onto the roof?
Okay.
It was like that, but in his memories. I don't think he has one. I think maybe she sent it to him in a dream. I think he talks to her.
Well, he probably won't talk to me about it because we tend to talk about different things. But if you've made some sort of connection, I don't know with what, but when I go in, he wants to go arrest people in the rest of the ward and be the deputy and stuff.
He mentioned ice cream. Maybe you should take him out today. That it would be fine. We can permit that, of course.
Oh, fuck, right. I was going to take him for ice cream. Everything got all messed up because of everything in school. Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's, you sure it's okay? Cause there's a place literally around the corner. We just...
Of course, yes. We take them for outings quite often.
Yeah, I know. It's just seeing him and I, it's a thing. So,
maybe lose the hat.
What?
Completely unrecognizable without the hat. Trust me. I saw you once without it before, and it took me a solid 5 minutes to realize I was looking at you.
Okay. I mean, ma'am, not to be offensive, but I think you're pulling my tail on that.
No, I really did recognize it was you. There's quite a few minotaurs. I see lots of different people in the hospital.
Fair, but how many minotaurs with guns and a rifle on their back do you get to see every day?
Guns and the rifle, then. How about that?
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. pardon me. I go to the coat check and hand him the rifle. I hand him one of the 2 revolvers.
Mm-hmm.
And hand him the hat. Fuck. And go and walk in to the room.
I love that the hat was the hardest one to part with.
Oh, it is.
Change your whole outfit, your whole identity.
George, your older brother, is sitting on the bed, just like crisscross. Just kind of like fiddling with the blanket. Whenever you come in, he doesn't seem to like really register that you're there at first. He's kind of like facing the other way, and he goes to yank it, stops, and looks.
Hey,
Hey,
buddy. Little Bird told me
we're gonna go get ice
that
cream.
I'm late, and I didn't take you for ice cream. But how about you put on your hat and your badge, and we go see if she lets a lawman have a couple scoops.
That's what I thought. And he throws the blanket, and it just like goes over the backside, like covering up the end of the bed. And he just kind of slips off. Where is it?
Well, you got your badge?
And he reaches down into his overalls and pulls it out.
Okay. Put that on. And we're going to go to the coat check and get the hat. Now, you got to ask for it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Walk back up to the coat check and just kind of sit back and let him do his thing.
I have a gun.
No.
I thought he said I have a gun.
No.
You walk up to the desk.
Give me the hat. Nobody gets hurt.
Sarah Jane, Betty, and Veronica have to stay here.
Where's Veronica?
What? What was that?
I see Sarah Jane. I see Betty. Where's Veronica?
Veronica's sleeping right now. You know I got to keep you safe, so I got to have one of them on me.
I don't know why I can't have Betty. And he, looks at the coat check. Hat, please. He looks at you and pulls your hat off, hands it to him. He immediately flips it over and sits it on his horns.
Now, I know you. The reason why, Betty, Veronica, and Sarah Jane, they're special. They're really heavy, but I'm working on something just for you.
Good. Ice
Okay?
cream.
Okay, let's go. And then just very quietly walk down the street, always looking everywhere. I am trying to clock everything.
Make a perception check.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, I'm okay.
You see 9 kobolds and 9 trench coats.
That's not bad.
But wait, isn't that really 27 kobolds?
16. What is my perception? +4. 20 total.
20 total? Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's an invisible blurry shape on the roof across the street.
At that point, I'm giving George the gun, saying, "Aim there." Let's go.
Okay, so it's a clear day. Sure enough, it's very nice. It's very, surprisingly less than the normal amount of coverage of clouds. There's still a lot of cloud coverage, don't get me wrong, but you can still occasionally see through them as the light kind of peeks down through. And you never really caught it before, but there's that weird instance that you realize that it's almost omniscient, omnipresent light on the exterior. It's not just a single point going across, it's just day and night. Right. So, as you all turn around the corner of the block, there is that ice cream shop where your friendly neighborhood, almost ruddy purple Fearbulb runs with his little hat. His nice ice cream suit. He just is handing out ice cream to people as he always does, taking their notes, doing their thing. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. George is excited.
All right, buddy, you know what to say. You know, you're on duty, and you deserve an ice cream because you're protecting the city.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go get, what flavor are you going to get this time?
Strawberry.
Nice. I like it. I think I'm going to have chocolate.
You always
Feeling
get
a little
chocolate.
saucy. Oh, hey, I'm seeing Mabel tonight. Do you want me to say hi for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Gonna see if we can meet up in time and come down and see you. She loves seeing you.
Good. She's pretty. He goes up and he orders his ice cream, as he does. Correctly, perfectly the first time, and he just waits. You can see the energy just buzzing around him as he's just anticipating this ice cream on its waffle cone. And he's just, as soon as he gets it, it's a long cow-tongued lick across the top of it. Veda, did you go with him?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
He looks over at you with it and goes, "You want some?"
I would love some. Just take the lick.
While he's doing that, I grab my ice cream. I'll just kind of palm 3 notes and just kind of tuck them to the side.
Fearbulb just takes it and nods.
Yeah, this is where we like going. He really likes ice cream. It's the sweetness of it.
Mm-hmm. And he finds the bench that's nearby, near a lamppost that he always wants to sit at. Sits directly in the center of it, and you can see like a couple of birds fly off. He just sits there and looks up.
So, hey, George, our pretty friend here says you made a new friend.
What?
Veda here says you made a new friend. Someone that comes and talks to you?
I mean, there's a lot of people that come talk to me.
In your dreams, though.
Oh, yeah.
Has she given you anything in your dreams? A present?
Does a ride count?
I think it counts.
Like you went on a trip? Well, ain't that special?
Kinda. I got to go on a big thing, and we went up into the sky. It's cool.
You know what? That's something I've never done.
You should fly. It's cool. Did you know that there's a certain frequency of sound that will actually propel you forward?
That's very smart.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, he is, Miss Veda, he is a very smart man.
I have no idea if that's relevant notes to take or not.
You know, once I was having a problem and I was talking to him about one of my revolvers not feeding right, without even seeing it, just having me tell him. He told me where to oil it, where to file it down, and it works beautifully. I mean, if it's something mechanical, George knows.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really smart guy.
He's smart. He's an artist.
Mm-hmm.
He can charm the pants right off of you. He's a genius.
And he loves his ice cream.
Doesn't take long for him to finish up his cone and loudly just chowing it down. And this goes, well, so what are you doing today, Mac? How do you? And he kind of like looks between the two of you for a moment. Wait. And he gets up and kind of like turns towards the two of you.
What is it?
Y'all have met her too.
Yeah, I told you. I think we met the same friend.
No. Like y'all have met her too.
Yeah, in the dream. We all had that.
I look over at him and kind of say under my breath, I think he's meant the blue flame.
Yes, we have. She's in a special place, and she needs help. We're gonna help her.
And he starts like huffing hard, tongue occasionally getting the sweat out of his nose.
What is it? What?
No. You've met her too.
Yes, I have met her. I told you. She's
together.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes. That is right.
Both of you are humming.
We're humming, like he's saying we're humming right now.
Mm-hmm.
George, what it is that because we're trying to help, we got to keep it real quiet. And we're not sure that everybody can know. No, I promise you. It's it's delicate. See, I can't talk too much about it or I get hurt.
Sometimes detectives have to keep things very secret.
That is true.
Yeah, I know. And he kind of like cups his hand away from Veda. Secret.
No.
Deputy Thumb.
Yes, sir. And you know, I've never lied to my deputy.
When's arts and crafts? When do I get to cut a thing?
I think that's on Thursdays. So that's in 2 days' time.
That means
How
we're
about I
doing
bring
yarn.
you in some? How about I bring you in some tomorrow?
Yes,
you can
please.
work on it in your room.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna give Mac a look before looking back to George and say, your friend in your dream, can you do me a favor? I
What?
see you almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to her again, would you let me know? She's a friend of mine too. And I'm trying to get her the food she likes.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah, good luck on this.
Yeah, I guess it technically counts as deception. She's trying to say it. 18, base 18, plus 0.
He gets a familiar look on his face that you've only seen on Mac a few times. In fact, you saw it this morning, where he just kind of like watches.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell her.
All right.
Hey, buddy, how about when we head back, I kind of use my fast hands and I grab you some yarn?
No.
He hates the yarn. Don't
Okay.
He doesn't like it.
What you want? Some more wood? Maybe some paper?
He kind of puts his hand up like way to guard his mouth from Veda again. I have the spoons.
Do you like shivs? Do you make shivs?
I mean, there was that one incident. All right. Then, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, let's go. And he just like starts marching back towards the home.
Yes, sir. And I'm just like walking behind him, occasionally looking at Veda, just doing that.
Okay. So, was there anything else you'd like to talk to George about?
No, I'll go to the crafts place and grab a couple small pieces of like super lightweight balsa and basswood. And just kind of look at the custodians of it, like, and just take them.
Okay.
And just hand it to him and say, all right, buddy, well, I'm going to go, I'm going to see Mabel tonight, and I'll talk to her, and we'll come on by.
Veda, you got anything for him?
No, I think she's gonna, she'll write down in her notes to just be aware of any bad dreams. For the rest of the nurses on staff, and I'll see you in 2 days' time. Bring your knife then.
Okay.
Your little strawberry right there.
I get it. Yeah. Anyway.
I'll just be waiting outside, and as soon as she comes out, a knife? He had a fucking knife?
We get into them with supervision, but he had smuggled one somehow. I don't know.
He does that. He knows how to sharpen spoons. Like, he's good.
Did you give him the spoons?
He always has the spoons.
Okay.
Good luck finding them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know how we tell the group about this, but they should
don't.
know. They should know the blue flame is visiting other people. The dream that we had wasn't the black boxes, so how could he know about the black box?
We'll say we've got more information, that we talked to a few people. But we're not talking about him just yet.
No,
because I'm worried that the more people that know, the more people get into our heads, and the more of a target he becomes.
You take the lead on that. I'm not very good at lying, so. But I think it's an excellent idea.
Because if something happens to him, I'm burning the fucking city down.
I wouldn't blame you. I'd do the same.
Right. Just very stoically get the guns, get the hat, and just start walking
being
right
about
out.
his business.
Right.
Yep.
Fantastic. Let's talk about the other downtimes that we have over the course of the next couple of weeks that you guys wanted to research. You had a variety of things to look up for behind Weatherford on. Let's see. What all were you wanting again? My brain is in George's head at the moment, so you guys have to remind me now.
They wanted to find newspaper clippings of something.
All right.
Weatherford is specifically looking for leverage.
I know what he's looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember what he's looking for. It's leverage on the crystal vapor.
Yep. Anything to keep us alive.
Yep. Wilhelm, what were you doing?
I am both helping Harold, going to like a cult, maybe an occult bookstore or lesser known.
Right.
Street persons to help Harold, and I'm also looking through stuff for on the Woodwards and sightings of the Blue Streak, and trying to cross timelines with Tristan's murder.
Okay, make an investigation check for me, please. Make 3 separate ones. It's kind of 3 separate things.
First one's not great. First one's a 5.
Okay.
One's a 7. Third one's a 17.
So with a 5 and a 7, your attempts to dig into the occult whatnot is fairly unsuccessful. You're not going to be able to find a whole lot that is not as well known outside of certain libraries, certain I mean, you can get some basic tomes from a variety of different kind of rundown steeples, temples that people don't go to anymore. You could probably grab a couple of just like baseline books on various different religions. Maybe some old scraps whenever you're talking to different people, but for the most part, everybody's just kind of like stopped caring for the most part whenever it comes to Lathander. Even your old connections that you had in terms of knowing those through Tristan are like even dwindling out. You actually wind up becoming some semblance of a new light to their flame. And it's frustrating, to say the least, to see some of these pillars in what used to be your major community a long time ago falling apart. And so as you are kind of like digging into Blue Streak sightings, and towards the end of that second week before you go with Pip, you catch that a lot of the sightings are whenever specifically the Blue Streak is going for someone. And a lot of them are very, a lot of the newspaper clippings that you get of such are very, like, overdone, for lack of a better word. They're just, the language on them is verbose, and it's like they're just using filler words the entire time. And like, it's hard to even find an actual name connected to any of the sightings.
When you're on a recipe site and then they start talking about their grandma's farm.
Just tell me how
you're
much
like,
salt
dear
they're gonna put in.
God.
Right, exactly. Like, you have to kind of parse through those
Yeah, giving me the feeling that they don't really have any information, right?
Yeah. But they're all like individuals, as you kind of like cross-reference with the things that Weatherford's pulling back. It's all cross-referenced enough to the point where you know that most of them are actually like criminals. Many of them have records. Many of them were meant to be taken down, but there are only a couple. There are a grand total of 2 that were recorded that didn't seem to have any actual connection to any crime that was known. One of which was Richard Fiddler, other than, debauchery.
His was for public nudity or some other such strange thing.
No instances where someone was ever not taken or was able to escape.
Nobody has gotten away from her.
Yeah,
literally everybody gets taken,
and nobody's ever been seen again.
No, they just disappear, and it's like, and it's such a sudden movement and such a sudden act of just boom, gone, that's part of why it's so overstated. That's why it's so illustrated in the words, because it's almost comical, literal comic book hero bullshit of spots it, there's the warning sound of the boom boom boom, come in, grab the person, boom boom boom, she's gone. The second name, though, however, is fairly recent. Maybe a day and a half ago in time. It's kind of hard to tell based off of the fact that it was printed yesterday and thrown out this morning. But Brent Hall was taken. Brent Hall.
I know we know that name. Who is that? I know that name.
Pretty sure he's on my list.
He's on your list.
Can't remember what he did.
Hull, correct?
Hall, like Hall.
Brent Hall.
He was a buyer of the
Yeah, he's a buyer.
guns.
Yep.
Yeah, the spell rifles.
Was he also a seller, or was he just a buyer? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else. Was he at the?
No.
Okay.
So my investigation checks were pretty bad, so feel free to say no here. Or just tell me I can't find enough information. Is there any correlation? I think I'm, again, directional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Brent Hall was taken at the docks, and the creek was seen moving east, west, north, south, Anything I could use throughout all the listings to see if I can see a general direction.
Because you had a 17 on this particular check, for this information, it always seems random. It's never they don't either A, they don't give a direction that they went, or B.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a map of Kasmar and putting the dots on it, and none of it makes any sense, right?
Make an insight check.
That's
or history. History or insight, either one.
Oh, insight's mine. 21.
21, okay. As you're kind of looking at it, I imagine you kind of got it spread out on a library table, and you're just putting the pins in, and the librarian's getting pissed off because you're putting pins in her desk, but at the same time you're, whatever. You take out that map that you got from Emma and kind of look at it. It's almost as if they are on opposite sides of the city from a variety of different points, to a point, opposite sides of where some of the entryways are to the Shaded Lily complex. Diametrically opposed, almost
like a mirror,
equilateral. Yeah.
Like if I held it up to a mirror, it would match perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking perfect was the music right there. That was kind of neat.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with this, Wilhelm?
No, I think and I didn't get anything on the Woodwards or their whereabouts. Sorry. No, I think I'm good. Good, yeah.
Okay, Harold. What were the things you were looking for?
Yeah.
So you had a list.
So, so Wilhelm's been helping me with the kind of more occult stuff to do with Lathander. I'm looking. I'm looking for two things in particular: researching planar travel and trying to find specifics about demiplanes, and traveling in and out of them if possible. And then I'm researching into what liches in general, but if there's any documented anything about what happens to a phylactery when a lich quote unquote retires, i.e. abandons it.
Okay. Let's start with the planar travel stuff. Are you going to use your I know guy?
Not for that. I would use the I know
guy for the literal stuff. Okay. Yeah. Then we'll call it an investigation or an arcana check.
13 plus something. Hold on. Those are both the same. It's a 24.
Okay.
Because I've slept enough to not have -3 on fucking everything anymore.
True. Congratulations. So whenever you say demiplane, do you mean similar to the spell, or do you mean an actual demiplane?
I mean an actual so Harold's hunch is that this is now effectively mechanically a demiplane, and that there are ways that are beyond him but are not beyond his knowledge, that you are able to like have planar travel to some degree, and that you should be able to theoretically get in and out of this place, which he thinks is what what's his nuts is doing.
Regani.
Yeah, Regani.
Okay, so looking into this with a 24 Arcana and Investigation. As you're kind of as you are digging through the your own books, as you're digging through kind of the school libraries that you still have access to, even going home and looking through a variety of different things, demiplanes as a whole are typically carved out into different domains, right? So you've got your kind of like domains of dread. You've got your domains of what's the other one? Domains of course I know domains of dread, not the happy one. But you've got like your different domains that people tend to kind of exist on and handle themselves, right? They typically have some semblance of reflection to the reality that they are based on. That said, as you're kind of like looking through it, whoever owns that demiplane typically controls how planar travel works in said space, whether or not you can actually travel to and from it, whether or not you can, make it to another plane of existence from those domains of space, those demiplanes as you're putting it. And the more you're looking into it, the more it's almost like it's a somewhere between dread and the other one that I can't think of the name of now. Though not perfectly fits into either one. So planar travel is likely manipulated in some form or fashion, as is some divination and some other conjuration spells. Usually this doesn't affect creatures like familiars. This doesn't affect some of your other summon major creature spells like aberrations or celestials, that kind of thing. The only thing that I don't think you would be able to do would be to actually travel beyond that domain. That said, what was your second part again? I got so caught up in that.
Basically, what happens to a phylactery when a lich abandons it?
Make another investigation check. This one is an investigation check, not Arcana.
What does I know a guy give me?
I know a guy could potentially give you access to another resource. It could potentially give you, which that resource could literally be a person. It could be another place. It could be access to some other source of, well, a resource that you wouldn't otherwise have.
So my thought is that somewhere in the Mages College there is someone who is almost like they're not taken as seriously because the stuff they talk about is so out there, like to the point of like theoretical physics and stuff like that, where like half of their study is conjecture. Sure. And or like in the school they'd be almost like a Madame Trelawney type of vibe to them, and that would be the person Harold goes to try to figure out.
Give me a race that you think it'll fit, and like one weird little quirky thing that they do.
Aarakocra.
I was actually going Aarakocra. That's great. It's actually just Alan.
He's the only Aarakocra.
It's Alan's dad. It's so he's an Aarakocra.
His name is Alan Kokra.
Alan Kokra.
Alan Kokra. Jesus Christ.
His father's name is Aaron.
You guys never got Alan's last name, so canon.
Jesus Christ.
It says.
And they are like constantly checking the time despite not needing to go anywhere.
Oh, so it's me. Got it.
Take 5, man.
I mean, that's where I got my screen from. That and the actual like take 5 candy bars, but that's beside the point. Okay, so you go and you go to your mage's college, which you haven't been to in quite a long time, and you find as you're kind of like digging through some of the various different library stuff, this person comes to mind. Do they have a name?
I mean,
expect
Harold
you guys
would have been
basically. This is my way of saying you guys make up an NPC that I just get to play because you know them.
Harold would just really have just called them Professor. He would have been very annoyingly nerdy formal about it. Oh man.
Sometimes
Trying
it
to
helps
think
to
of
think
something.
I'm trying to think of the race, and then
Well, that's I was trying to think of something bird related.
Actually, Alan had the uniform, so maybe it's Alan's father, Professor Kokra. Professor Lou Professor Lou Aya Kokra.
Avian
Kokra.
I like Damien Kokra.
But Harold would just interact with him as Professor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you go and find him, squirreled away, kind of in a corner, in a smaller office than he should really have. It's very cluttered. It's full of just books and like a couple of just like chests of drawers. He doesn't even have like a proper storage system for some of the stuff, with papers that are just kind of like fluttered out. And he's got a chalkboard that has pins and whatnot just like attached to it, connecting a variety of different things to different things. And as you enter in, he looks up and he goes, "Hey, hello. What can I do for you? Huh? What do you want?"
Professor, I don't know if you remember me. It's been some time since I've been here.
You're one of the only people that fucking listen to me. So what do you want? What's up? What you got?
Well, that's an awful shame. However, pressing matters. What can you tell me about liches and their relationships with their phylacteries?
Well,
asking for a friend.
And he starts like digging through some of the books, and he pulls one out that's like halfway down a stack and just yanks, and the entire stack just off to the side, that he then kind of holds it open and starts looking through it. Well, here's what I know about liches. See, they have to give up a portion of their soul to actually, like, make their phylactery. So their actual relationship is that they're actually a part of themselves inside that, right? So they got to give themselves up so that way whenever they die, they can rejuvenate correctly, right? So that said, I mean, I don't understand. What's your question here? It's pretty straightforward.
So, let's say a lich who had been using a phylactery retired, I suppose, or I guess abandoned their phylactery and was no longer,
and he
using
snaps
its
the
power.
book closed, and he pulls out a single sheet of paper from another stack that he just kind of like very carefully.
It's his fucking thesis.
Don't rip. And as he finally gets it out, he says, "There it is. It's actually very simple, I think. I wrote a small theory on the corner here, and you can see the sheet is just covered in just notes that he just randomly took at some point, and there's a portion of it that's completely marked off that just says abandoned phylactery." And he just goes, see, the only thing that I could really think of would be that basically, this is the only way to actually fix a phylactery and the souls that are lost in it, right? So if they get abandoned, what happens to the souls? They got to get out. They gotta get out. They gotta go on to what they're gonna do. So somebody gets sent in to get the fucking thing get destroyed. If it doesn't destroy it, destroy the souls inside. They've got to siphon them out somehow. So how do you get them out? That's the question, right? So that said, that leaves that open and available for somebody else to step in and take it over, right? Because it's already set in place. It's already ready for you. All you got to do is just put a small portion of your own soul in there. There's enough souls in here to do what you got to do with it to live forever. It's basically like cheating the system.
So someone else finds this abandoned phylactery, and
half the work's already done for him. You got all these souls in here, right?
Right.
Because without all the souls inside, it's just it's an empty rock. It's just a soul gem, right? It's something that doesn't have anything in there. You just.
This is all very interesting. So that would it, before someone else got their hands on it, would there be a sort of like deterioration process where souls would just kind of leave it?
What do you mean, like the souls deteriorating or the actual phylactery?
Little column A, little column B.
Well, I didn't really get that far on this, and he kind of slaps it down and pats it a couple times. Let me put you away sometime. It's one of those things. And he sits down at his desk, sits on a book, pulls it out, sits it on the desk. I mean, it's it's kind of like, think of it like a house, right? You get the entire house, but it's just the house, whatever's left, right? So if it's all left here, like you get the mice, you get the squirrels, you get the rabbits, the foxes, whatever's moved in, you get all the cockroaches, whatever's left behind, right? But that doesn't mean that the termites didn't eat part of the wood. That doesn't mean that parts of it aren't rotten. That doesn't mean it's not going to fall apart eventually. So whenever you move in, you've got to fix it. If you don't fix it, you don't take the time to fix it, it's just going to deteriorate and fall in on you. You're going to die. It's my thought. I don't know about you.
That's... Oof. There's a lot there to unpack. I think Harold is just trying to figure out like what the connection is between the ability to like the original issue with like the souls or with like things kind of coming out of the gem and causing problems in the world, and then kind of how the process that they underwent to like trap the whole city, like if there's basically a way for whole soul, because it sounded like the souls that were coming out were like not whole, right? Yeah. So Harold's trying to see if there's like a safe solution for them to come out eventually. Like if at the end of all of this, at the end of this, 5 minutes or whatever it's gonna, whatever it was supposed to be, that, or it was like 5 minutes, right?
It was 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Because it's a year for a minute, or 100 years for a minute.
So if at the end of all this, there still won't be a safe way for everybody to come out of the phylactery.
Theoretically, maybe. I'm talking to a theorist here.
Huh. I think Justin's also gonna have to sit on that.
You can watch it tomorrow. It's fine.
I think that has my questions for Le Professor at the moment.
Professor Cocker. All right, cool. Mac, did you have anything else you'd like to do besides go on a date with Mabel?
No, just mentally panic after the whole George thing and prior to the whole Mabel thing.
Okay. We're not going to go through that date. It goes well.
Excellent.
Are there any questions you want to ask her?
Nope, not at all. It's a very just
surface level date. Got it. Same for her. Same from her side.
Yep.
With just like time.
Yep.
Okay, we can still do this.
Yep. Reset button. Let's just kind of
coast.
Yeah, let's just sail on the surface there. Yeah.
Let's get dessert. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Not bad. Cool. Let's see if we last till the second one.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Okay. So as you all wrap it up over the course of the next couple weeks, you all get ready to go to speak with the crystal vapor.
Okay, before we start that, who wants the other 2 potions? I'll keep 1, so we've got an extra potion. Who wants the extra potion?
Who all is going?
Everybody, as far as I know.
I think everybody was last I knew, but
yeah.
I thought Harold was like Ixnay on the Agandre.
What's the crystal vapor again?
The crystal vapor is one of these owners of one of the major banking institutions, and also happens to own a major portion of the gambling institutions. And
is also an ancient white dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
white. Harold was very wary of dragon, but was going because Pip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna leave him alone.
Does Harold have a healing potion in his inventory?
Probably not.
No,
he does not.
He does now.
Cool.
So
just
go
a
ahead
regular
and take,
potion
of healing. Yep. I was able to make 3 before I ran out of money. So I have 1, you have 1, and Mac has 1. So now technically all of us can heal someone.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I already could, but y'all are gonna have to find that out.
Yeah, as you all gather up to head towards the mountain, gathering towards the train, you've all kind of gotten a little bit of a cold gear going on because you know that you're going to need it going up to the Dragon's Tooth. This mountain that stands behind Kasmar, a good hour-long train ride away, where people typically go for resort trips, go gambling from time to time, but it is very tall. I've got one more thing before we end tonight.
Oh, crap.
Over the course of the week, Padraig had holed away in his shop, tinkering away. A couple of you had gone to check on him, and he was so engrossed in his work that he barely had time to talk. He just kind of blew it off. His absence was notable as you all gathered for the train. As Weatherford stands outside of a now destroyed mechanic shop, digging through the wreckage, we see him searching for hours as you all go the opposite direction. His trench coat off, hung on what little bit of a coat rack still left at the door. As he's digging, there's a mechanical whirring that he can hear before he pulls out a familiar coffee drip machine. The wings struggling to flutter before he just kind of like dusts off the nose of Flimsy. He hears a sound behind him as we pan over his shoulder. A crystal orb, a glass orb with metal paneling attached to one half, floats gently away with that electric smile as we just hear Gert float into the distance. That's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you all for joining us for
Weatherford doesn't call any of us.
Not yet. Not yet.
That's fair.
He's gonna ask questions first before he starts asking for help. Anyway, thank you all for joining us for A Sinner's Dream tonight. This
level 7.
Yeah. We're gonna hit level 7 tonight. Congratulations!
Yay!
Before we go see a dragon, we'll handle
That's
that.
ominous.
We'll handle that off screen.
We're rolling off screen. Okay.
Yeah, of course. We always do.
We can take it.
We'll hand off stream. We'll do it. And but
We all rolled. Fuck you.
I really shouldn't have done that. That was pretty high.
I got a 6. I'm good.
we re-roll ones and I roll with you.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you all. Be sure to go check out Foundry, VTT, check out Forge, where you heard some of our rolls from. Maybe next session, there will be a battle map with the dragon on it.
Oh, fuck.
God, I hope not.
We're
Love that.
gone. One breath out. Dead.
Well, don't get hit.
No.
That's the trick.
Yeah, just don't get
okay.
hit.
I'm sorry, I don't have evade, Pip.
I have a. Okay, sorry, I've never had this before.
Yes, monk. Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Uh-huh.
okay. Actually, the frost dragon breath might not be Dex.
Oh, love that.
Stunning strike. Stunning strike.
Oh, that's
stunning strike.
yeah, that's con. Fuck. Or
Yeah.
fucked.
It's
Oh,
fine. I'm
right.
a healer. It's fine. It's fine.
I have a good con.
It doesn't matter if you're a healer if we're all dead,
That's true.
including you.
I'm just not gonna let you die. It's
I've got
fine.
1 diamond. What do I do?
One time.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, Harold's already had been used one, so it's someone else's turn.
Crap.
Forgot that I put these dice up because they were disgusting. I gotta. Let's see, Veda.
Yeah,
I got.
those
Take your
can go
6.
away.
Wait,
I
do
love
I
how you
have?
just said we're
wait,
gonna handle it off stream, and then everybody was like, "I can't wait."
Yeah, I know. I'm
Have
like,
to do it
okay,
now.
hold on.
I did it as a joke. I wasn't keeping that roll.
Hold on.
I'm keeping the 6 I rolled. Fuck you.
Anyways, thank you everyone for coming tonight.
Yeah,
Really
for joining
appreciate
us for this goofiness that was the downtime sessions. Check out
Last chance.
Foundry.
Get your game in.
Check out Forge. Get your dice in. Get your elf eggs in now. If you want to become an air traffic controller, get your dice in. If you've got 2,000 elf eggs.
Well, we
If
have
you figure-
we have an air traffic controller in the room.
Oh no.
I don't know if you're familiar. But congratulations, RG is streaming on your new lucrative career as an air traffic controlman.
Oh, he got it. Nice.
Yeah, no. That's
Get a raid.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, who are we gonna
Everybody's
raid?
demanding a
what else
raid.
is- I know. Fuck. I wasn't prepared. I was gonna do a thing. I don't remember what it was.
You know what?
Roll a D20.
No one ever lets Chuck roll for the raid.
That's not true. I roll on Sunday sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Let's try.
Trevor, you roll it.
All roll and take the average. No, just kidding.
Let's see. That would be. Oh, we're going deep. That'd be an 18.
Oh boy. Let me go find
Nana,
it.
just wait till the Tuesday game kicks in.
Oh, she comes for Sundays and Mondays, but yeah, Thursdays are fuck all.
You said
Fucking
18?
chop liver.
That's right.
18?
Nick, yeah, 18.
We're going to
Yeah.
Laugh, Love, Lindy. They're
Cool.
playing Innistrad
Is it
Shadow
live?
and Fang episode 3. They are live, yes.
Right
So it's
on.
live, laugh, love, Lindy.
No, it's Love. It's Laugh,
God,
Love,
shut
Lindy.
up, Chuck. Just, it was bad. It was bad already, and the fact that you didn't get it made it worse.
Listen.
So
bad.
thanks for coming tonight, everybody. Make sure to come by on Thursday for
That
Plastic
Lindy
Cougar
with a
Live.
Y and an IE.
Yeah, Lindy, Lindy.
It's our Scum and Villainy game based on the Forge in the Dark system. And yeah, we'll get ready while Chuck and JD don't kill each other and try and figure out where the fuck we're raiding.
They
Oh, I know
can't
where
kill
we're
each other.
raiding.
They're too busy killing jokes.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you'll
Good
show
night,
up.
everyone.
I don't know. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
That was the most neg 2 buy I've ever done.
I right? Yeah. Just like